So hello guys, and welcome to the KDR Tournament Series, the main qualifiers, day number 2. That's numero dos right there for you guys. It is the semifinals and the grand finals coming your way. My name is Daks.
My name is Vyminal.
And we are going to be your casters yet again for this weekend for pretty much everything else. And this is just going to be another instance, Mr. Vim. And we're going to be together here at the studio. Something else to take note, though, is we're going to have 4 amazing teams do battle in just a bit. But before we get into that one, we got to thank our sponsors right there. Globe at Home. With Globe at Home, you can recreate the world right at home. Level up your gaming experience at home with Globe at Home's Unli Plan $28.99 with speeds up to 100 Mbps. Visit shop.globe.com.ph or the Globe store near you.
The official PC partner for KDR Tournament Series is Legion Philippines and Intel. Stylish outside, savage inside. Remember, you can join the Empire, Legion's exclusive rewards program. Complete missions and earn rewards points to redeem exclusive Legion merchandise. Don't forget to follow Legion Philippines on Facebook and Instagram at Lenovo Legion PH.
And of course, we are powered here by XSplit. You can check out XSplit with the XSplit Broadcaster. It's a simple, powerful, and flexible live streaming software. Download and try out the free version today. So thank you yet again to our sponsors, because not only do they sponsor the prize pool, but they also do have some gifts for our viewers. So we will be having that giveaway, I believe, that's going on right now. Within the start of the stream, we'll be looking to draw that at the very end. We saw some solid winners from last time, and I wonder what we're going to be getting today. Oh, there you go. So we have something a little bit different, Mr. Vim. And what are our viewers going to be able to get for today's broadcast?
So we're going to give away 1,500 pesos worth of Gcash. That's 500 pesos per person. So that's 3 winners. And of course, with 500 pesos each, you can, maybe get a battle pass or, maybe a skin or 2,
Can't go wrong with that.
And of course, we're going to be giving away a Legion M500 gaming mouse and 5 XSplit premium licenses for 3 months duration.
So it's interesting. We got a keyboard from yesterday. Now we got a mouse. I wonder what else we're going to be getting from Lenovo Legion, because right now we've been able to really help out in the production side. We have these amazing laptops, and we were just messing around with it a while ago. And I know they have even a better new series right there. So thank you yet again to Lenovo Legion Philippines as well as Intel for at least hooking us up and making KDR series a better experience for everyone. So guys, it is day number 2, and Mr. Vim, how are you doing?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling pretty good too.
I'm very excited for the intense matches.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I gotta say, before we start talking about the teams, it's like yesterday was kind of weird to be outside. Honestly,
It was
weird. It was a weird feeling. It's like, what is this light? What is this outside world?
Yeah.
Today, it feels a lot better. And you know what else is gonna be better? Our upcoming games, because the semifinals is upon us. It's our top 4 teams here in the main qualifiers. Only 2 will move on to the finals and be able to get that group stage invite. And looking at the competition, I'm seeing a lot of different names that are familiar. We got a new face, though, into our top 4. But something also to note is, well, we are going to start things off with Bren versus ANBU in semifinals number 1.
Yeah, it's going to be super explosive. Cannot wait for that. And of course, Bren will pick Haven.
Oh, we're getting
I believe
some
that was a ban, right?
Yeah, they're getting some bans right there. So it is going to be no, it's a pick. So basically, it's a best of 3, Mr.
Yeah,
Vim.
it's a best of 3,
It's a
right?
best of
Right. So
3s.
Bren's pick is Haven,
Yes.
Anbu's pick is mine, and the random generated map
is split. So yeah, Ascent gonna get banned on out there. We got a 3 map set here. So for the semifinals and the grand finals, guys, they are all best of 3. So it really is gonna be a matter of endurance for our teams. And Bren versus ANBU, this is a pretty interesting spot, because Bren and ANBU have been playing against each other for quite a while already.
Yeah.
ANBU has always found an answer to Bren to basically try to make it a tough competition, as we are seeing our first rosters here with Bren already going for the Omen, as well as the cipher between Ching and Dispenser. Jesse Vash going to be on the Sova yet again, Dubstep on the Jet, and Borkum will be, of course, on that Silhouette, probably going to be the Breach, perfectly filled up like a, just like a kindergarten thing. You put a crayon on it. But ANBU, they're going to be playing something else, and what are they going to be running here, Vim?
They're going to be running Reyna, Shadow1 Reyna, Kaja on Jet. Tony Banks, not on Cypher again. He's going to be on Breach. 6 on Omen. And this time, Rafi
Yep.
on Killjoy.
So we're seeing ANBU whip out the Killjoy yet again here on this map. So they are going to be looking to play a little more comfort there. In the meantime, the Spencer actually going to be on the Cypher rather than the Killjoy that we've been seeing from Team Bren as well. So no turret versus turret action. My favorite gameplay. It's like 6v6. You have a friend. you have a pet. Interesting though that Shidope is going to be running that right now. So it's double duelist right now for ANBU. They want to be explosive on to Haven. And it really just goes to show that this is going to be ANBU right now looking to be comfortable as possible. We'll be checking the sides real quick though. I do believe that it is Bren Esports on the attacking side this time and ANBU is on the defense. Yes, they are, so we'll just flip that one over. But best of free action. Oh, good job, Rod. They did it really this time.
Instantaneous.
I'm so proud.
I love it.
I love it too. But who is playing what? We saw it a while ago, but
Yeah.
what do you think about these rosters right now, Mr. Bim?
Okay, it's very interesting to note that teams like Bren, they still prefer like that double intel composition, single duelist, single sentinel, and you have also on the other side of the camp you have like double duelist compositions like that. Tony Banks takes down Dubstep very quickly. The double peak though.
Yeah, easy takedown right there, and at the very least, ANBU gonna be able to get the initial kill into that one, stopping the A push, making them go over to C instead. And Kaja could be holding on to the garage, but hopping on the round. Does he get caught out? Yes, he does by Jesse Vash. Shidope though in the meantime all the way in A short sees no one. Seems like it's time for relocation. It's time to move over to C, and ANBU has to rotate accordingly.
I mean, Haven is one of those maps that I just love using the classic pistol on the first round instead of using a ghost, because if the battle is going to be ending up on C or A side, it's very close quarters, and you can really make use of the right click, and you might see that happening here.
Shidope gonna be able to get that first kill onto Jesse Vash. Frenzy in hand. The Frenzy becomes such a popular pick nowadays. Rapido getting the pick off. Ching holding on. He has gotten 3, but 6 will cut that one in half, and that should be enough for Team ANBU to get that first round. But before we talk about that round real quick, guys, don't forget to join our giveaway. You gotta go for the like and share on the post. You're just gonna be sharing that stream. Use the hashtags up above that you can see. There's 6 of them. So make sure that that is in your post. So you are gonna be eligible for our amazing prizes, courtesy, of course, of our amazing sponsors. But what a good round there for both sides. But Team ANBU actually able to clutch it at the end there, Fim. How?
Yeah, it's just that 6 was there at the right time with that flank to secure the round win. Ching, that was an incredible play, almost clutching it out for Bren. Unfortunately, he was not able to do so.
Nice try. You can't really go wrong with a try like that, and you can really see that back of sight is such a good place to really hide in if need be. But now it's Dubstep trying to enter, and it's Kaja getting to immediately. Dubstep and Jesse Vash both going on down. There we have the Cypher. Gonna be looking to figure something out. Dispenser will get that kill, sure, but Tony Banks with the trade, and ANBU right now taking advantage with guns in their favor.
It's like the gun advantage really playing it up for them here. So, not to our surprise, this is a very decisive round for ANBU, of course.
Yeah, ANBU is using their gun advantage, is using the fact that they did go for the buy. It really isn't the deepest anti-eco right now.
Right.
So as of the moment, it's 6 on the hunt, and he might be able to spot this one out, get that takedown. There we go with the swing from Mr. Shidope, and he will wrap it up. So yeah, ANBU really committing for that round, and they will be having to use whatever arsenal they use this round for the next one. So it's high time to see some closer plays here from Team ANBU, and then Bren gonna have the arsenal that they need.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bren would be able to pull off some more of their crazy antics over there on A site later on. That I just can't forget what we saw yesterday, like that simultaneous shock dart and tremor play there.
Yeah, those kind of plays have been really something that is all up to synergy. And right now, we'll see what kind of synergy these two teams can bring us as Team ANBU. Going to be looking to defend yet again. They are going to be looking to double hold onto the garage, move over to C site instead. And Bren, in the meantime, trying to use that gun advantage, trying to use that range advantage to look for a target or two.
It's like Ching will be on the lurk here to try and contest one of those sites while slowly opening up onto A.
The thing about this, though, for today, guys, is 50,000 pesos for this weekend, Mr. Vim. Also,
Oh,
something
yeah.
to take note, with a 225,000 peso prize pool overall, the 2 slots into the group stage, into the playoffs, going to be huge for our top 2 for this weekend. But as of the moment right now, seems like Bren Esports is trying to poke and prod ANBU, but ANBU is not a stuffed toy that you can just bring along. It's really just going to be a hard rock defense here from the side of ANBU so far.
I mean, this is really indicative of ANBU's playstyle that we've seen recently. They know damn well that they can't overextend, especially on defense, and they're very good at that sort of restraint, and that's what we're seeing here.
Interesting angle though, the Jet even holding all the way there by the spawn, but this Dispenser already getting the first kill. Rafi though on the board, but no Dispenser is just dispensing this Phantom yet again. He will be able to get 3 Tony Banks. Can't do anything here by the connector. And right now, Bren putting this spike down.
Spike's planted, and good night to Tony Banks. That's the first round on the board for Bren.
And Daks just going in, going ham, going for the takedown, but Dispenser is the one being explosive yet again. And from now, we've been seeing Dispenser actually play the Sentinel a lot more rather than the Duelist, but you can still see it. It's in him. The hearts of a Duelist, the heart of a killer is in him there. Easy, easy takedowns for Bren Esports.
I mean, again, I'd just like to reiterate the fact that it doesn't matter what agent you play, but, you know, any agent can frag out. It's just a matter of fact that every agent wields a gun.
Yes, yes. I'm waiting for someone to only be able to use melee weapons. I mean,
Right?
you have the Jet who does get the first kill. Kaja, operator in hand, already invests on round number 4. Does have that money to begin with. Shidope, though, in the meantime, looking to poke and prod, looking to peek here by A Long, trying to work together with 6 to no avail.
It's like Shidope is trying to be a bit sneaky here. He probably was trying to go for that orb, but
They do want to find a pickoff potentially onto the Jet of Bren Esports. But nope, Dubstep says, I'm going to be far enough to stay away from your CC. And with Jesse Vash even scouting around with the Aldrone, they're trying to figure out how many people are there on A. But as of the moment, Bren is still trying to find a weakness in this castle. But ANBU right now is pretty reinforced, and the siege is still ongoing.
you still have 50 seconds on the clock. So it looks like they are slowly making their way to C long here.
Time to move, time to find an angle.
It's just so hard to play for picks at this point because ANBU is just really waiting for that commitment, which is definitely the right way to play it.
Completely agree. I saw it from them yesterday as well, that they have such a reserved play style from time to time, and we saw it on that split defense against CTNX. And as of the moment, they're doing the same thing against Bren Esports in a different map. Dubstep, though, looking for a target, doesn't see anyone whatsoever. Operator still, though, from Kaja, trying to go for the warning shot, sees absolutely no one, but Spike now going to get planted. Looking for the kill. Good jump there from Dubstep to stay alive. Post plant now for Team ANBU.
Really memorizing that geometry of the map and those angles that allow you to get that sort of movement. Although Shidope gets that wall back onto Dubstep over there backside.
Yeah, he found the target, he found the kill, and you know he's been looking for a protractor play there, but Rafi and Shidope right now bring in tools of destruction, and Team ANBU make it look quick and easy. Really clean retake there.
Very, very clean, very fast, efficient, and a myriad more of adjectives. That was a flawless victory for ANBU. Let's see if they can keep up this momentum. Taking a look at this instant replay powered by XSplit.
You know what they look like? They look like they came from the parking lot of the garage and they said, "Oh, let's get in the mall. Let's go in, guys. It's a sale. It's one of those sales that you know they're gonna be happening, and you know it's gonna run out immediately as soon as the store opens." Have you ever seen the Stampede kind of thing happen?
Have you ever been on like the launch of? I remember like
Shoes?
GTA 5 launching in like data blitz, and everyone was lining up outside and stuff. It was pretty much like that. It was like, oh, it's open, let's go.
Oh, I was just remembering like the shoes when you open for these shoes for collectors, and then everyone's just running for it. I don't know. I've seen. Oh, I remember the tickets like for K-pop concerts and all, like people running for that one. But you know, Dubstep is running and gunning. He is actually gonna have the gun. He has the Blade Storm in hand, and as of the moment, sadly, running and knifing doesn't sound as cool. And Bren Esports though will make it look cool with a plant here on C, but 6 and Shidope again with the angles. And right now, ANBU is doing such a good job to find the target and to find the spot that they can go for a shot for free.
It's like 6 trying to maintain control of that backside. Porkum, though, still has one more flash.
There's Fury though. Bren Esports trying to use the lightning here to help out. And they also have the powers of Earth there. Jesse Bash though with a quick little dart shot. Borkum gets the backstab from in behind. But this is going to be ANBU trying to go for the stick. But it doesn't work out because Borkum just runs on in to get that takedown. Shidup had to try. Jesse Bash though has to be careful. Okay, he's cool. So Bren able to get one back. And ANBU showing us how to play defense. But Bren is showing us how to play attack as well.
I mean, that was just such a masterful flank from Borkum over there.
I'm just having fun with this game. I'm just having fun with the series. And
Yeah.
it really feels like these two teams know each other very, very well, as we said. Now, ANBU and Bren, they've had some experience with each other between the players themselves. And it really just boils down to the fact that they can put each other to the test every single time in the PH scene. But here we go again. Seems like it's going to be a mid-push here from Bren. And they're trying to find out if they can go into B to C or find a way to get a pick-off into the garage, if ever.
Yeah, looks like they will be doing a bit of a variation here. Perhaps a bit of mid-control.
This mid is controlled. The
This
grass
mid is
is theirs.
controlled.
It's like they
The
said.
lawn. It's their lawn.
They can
Get
actually
off,
mow it.
Get off my
Yeah.
lawn.
Dude,
Oh,
you know, goes to go for a lawnmower. Just bring it on. But you know, Rafi.
that was the wrong game. Get off my lawn.
Get off my property. You know, but Rafi is the one looking like the old man Jenkins here, and he actually gets that kill onto one. So dubstep already going down, and we're right now still trying to see where they can go. And as of the moment, since this mid control isn't really working out too well for Bren, and the side flanks are even worse for Where, Shidup does get another kill, and we're right now with a 2-man advantage.
I mean, oftentimes when I go for that mid-control, as Kaja takes down Shing very, very quickly there. When we go for mid-control in Haven, it's just there's this awkward moment. It's like, okay, guys, are we committing to B? Are we going through garage to C? Or are we rotating through lobby to A?
30 seconds left.
In the map with 3 sites, being in right smack dab in the middle, it gets so confusing sometimes. And you really have to be decisive when taking that mid-control.
And you make such a good point. We saw it yesterday, and we're seeing it today. Mid-control doesn't matter if ANBU doesn't peek it.
Right.
And they're playing it in kind of an old-school way, as there we go with the flash, but it doesn't matter because Tony Banks is able to get the lineup, able to get those takedowns. And while the spike is being diffused, it really goes to show right now that how ANBU is playing far back is working out really well for them because there's no punish from Bren to ANBU because no one's peeking right there. And instead, ANBU's the one winning out the 1v1s on the sides, and that is that 4v2 in favor of the defense.
Now, the last time I saw ANBU in action was way back in the Valorant Pacific Open against MOTV. And the way they played Haven in that time versus today is very, very different. And it's so interesting to see the evolution of this team just over the past month or so. It's actually incredible how much they upped their game, how much they just stepped up their game. They've obviously been training really hard. And it's working out well for them. So far.
I have even a better story after that one. Since you brought it up, there's a lot of things that's been going on in the scene. And ANBU and Bren, they have a story that wasn't really their fault per se at all. But it's just funny how it happened. Right now, Rafi, it's no laughing matter. This guy can't get to. He just finds out dubstep and he says, hey, you're gonna be soaring like a jet plane, and I can just shoot you down like a surface air missile. Borkum though holding close. Tony Banks right now keeping the diagonal, and Borkum is gonna be able to at least get that classic shot. And this is Bren playing in eco. At least they get one, but ANBU is still holding very strong and keeping that gun away from them.
it's always it always hurts when you get ecoed by a classic. You know, you're out there decked out with your full rifle, full armor, and then you just get double dinked with a classic, and then boom.
It's a free gun, and you are dead.
It's
you,
Borkum.
You are dead to it. It's Borkum. He's there. He's Mr. Consistent, that's for sure. But 6 does catch out Dispenser, but Jesse Vash, it seems like we have a sheriff in these parts, and right now it might be high noon here on A side. Shidup though sticking by the side. Jesse Vash yet again. And I gotta say, seeing Jesse Vash with that revolver reminds me of something a little bit different. But Borkum right now trying to go for the Rolling Thunder, and here comes ANBU responding with the lockdown.
Spike planted.
Yeah, it looks like Borkum was trying to secure that. I mean, a good call to use that Rolling Thunder right there.
Oh, one detained though. Who's it detained? Oh, it's Jesse Vash. So it's up to Borkum to really hold the line. Rafi right now trying to be the bodyguard here, trying to be the bouncer. They're just going for
4
the
HP,
stick.
dude.
And they do it. Jesse Vash though does get 3. Kaja will go down. They do get the operator. So that is the win for ANBU. But Bren Esports, that's a thrifty full wipe for them. So I gotta say both sides taking a dub there.
Yeah, that was economically a win for Bren, although the point, of course, matters more.
Like if you look at the scoreboard, right? It's like, huh? The scoreboard's like, casters, what are you talking about? Bren did not win that.
Can't
ANBU
be a
won that.
win
You
for both teams.
cannot
What do you
be.
mean?
Cannot be. You can't get a point on both sides. But hey, at very least, this now allows Bren to duel with the operator as well. Actually, they don't have it. So they don't have the operator. They just say, okay, whatever, we'll leave it be. And ANBU right now gonna have their own op yet again, I believe, on C side. Dubstep going closer and closer to Shydub. Oh, Dubstep doesn't get the shot in time. That could have been an easy pickoff, but Dispenser is going to at least clean up for his teammate. And Bren right now on A side again.
Borkum, though, with a sliver of HP left. Looks like the spike will go down.
Yeah, plant it down on the default, put it where it really should be. And these default plants, they are kind of just the community's call, right? It's like eventually you see that this is where it goes. It's like you go to a field and some of the grass is getting broken and broken because of that's where people step on. And right now Tony Banks is stepping on Ching, but Borkum Dispenser and Borkum yet again making a sandwich there to at least get all those takedowns. Bren Esports now only down by 2. This half is looking pretty close so far.
And of course you see agents like Dubstep go for that entry frag there, or at least try to make space for the rest of the team. But really, the brunt of the work falls behind the falls on the shoulders of the second entries, or perhaps the refrags. And usually, that's what really happens in a very tough spot like that, wherein you have very forward-facing defenders such as Shido and the Omen 6.
I mean, basically, if you twist your ankle while running, someone is there to be a shoulder you can rely on, and that's what we see a lot here in Valorant. But sadly, you don't stay alive. You're kind of dead, so they're carrying your corpse, kinda. It's a little bit sad. But right now, Bren is showing us how it's done on A side. They've been very, very explosive. Dubstep though hasn't had the most explosive game. At least though, when we call him out, he is gonna be able to show up. 6 is going down immediately. Bio Flash and Shido will die. This is a show-up show, and it's really good here for Bren because Dubstep stays alive, 1. Borkum is not almost dead, 2. And they are secured on to A site number 3.
I mean, it's okay if like you're making the entry for the site and if you die, but like if you take down 1 or 2, that's just icing on the cake right there.
The icing is looking oh so sweet because we've seen Bren feast on that A side cake, and right now they're having every little bit of it and more. So the hunt is on. Dispenser gonna be pretending. Hey, he's gonna say, guys, I was AFK. I just spawned. Where are we going? Maybe I can go to C. But I can see right now that there is a jet waiting by C long.
I'm loving the autonomy here. This confidence.
Oh, but it's a peek. And he had the lineup, but just didn't react in time. Sometimes it's like one of those visual tests. Sometimes it's when you're blinking and then suddenly there's someone in front of you. But Bren should be able to take that one. Nano Swarm to get the zone, but Dispenser is going for the exit! And a beautiful, beautiful fault line there from Borkum as well. The Fault Inner Stars meet Borkum because from long range, he's able to help out Dispenser when he is needed the most.
He's like, guys, just chill over there inside. I got this.
He did. And beautiful exit there from Bren. And we can actually check that one out in the sent replay. But as of the moment, guys, we do have a little bit of a story to tell. So if you remember that Royal Cup, it wasn't actually Bren who was invited directly. Immediately. It was ANBU. Because I don't know what happened there, but it seems like it's just all about the Philippine qualifiers. And then a little bit of slip up that, oh, Bren is a Philippine team. So in the end, both of them were in, and we saw both teams put up some really good games in the group stage. But it's not their fault, but they're, maybe the organizers making some storyline for us, guys.
A bit of a narrative here. But,
the narrative.
Yeah, just so you guys know, ANBU was the first runner-up in the Valorant Pacific Open Philippine qualifiers, and of course, Bren was the
directly invited
team for the Valorant Pacific Open.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. Like, it happened that way, and I don't really think that either team knows it in that way.
Yeah,
but I mean, it is what it is.
It's
just how these things work sometimes. This is the region. We don't all speak English. I don't think even our country all speak English.
True.
So it really goes to show that we just gotta see what kind of gameplay these guys can bring. And I gotta say, for ANBU and Bren, they are teams that both deserve slots like that. They are both teams that can can play really, really well. And right now, Bren is able to get a good angle onto C, and Dubstep, he's by the window, but he will be able to get the kill onto Tony Daks, and
Oh
the
my
lineup! And we see Kaja jumping.
Dubstep!
He jumped to just try to not get lined up there, but unfortunately, Leg's still gonna get shot. There we go with the takedown, and Bren just wipe out almost everyone.
I mean, at that point in time, is it like a deliberate jump to avoid the lineup kill there, or is it one of those knee-jerk reactions
Both.
that
Both. Both, because I mean, it doesn't matter. You're holding on to the classic. Maybe you
You're
can just
still
go for the
gonna
jump.
die,
You're,
right?
you're good to go, and it really goes to show here that Bren Esports, if they find the adjustment that they need,
Yeah.
that is where they dominate. And right now, the adjustment is looking to be that Dubstep is on line 1, and their rotations are pretty proper, number 2.
It's just, they keep getting ANBU off guard here. Like, they were off to a bit of a slow start, but look at these. This was just a sight to see. Dubstep making it happen.
Well, they're just there. The to-do list, they try to go against one gun, and they cannot stay and stand onto that. But Jesse Vash with the operator. Kaja gonna have the same old thing. And here we go again. 5-5 right now. Very close game in game number 1. And you know, this is only our first game out of potentially 3 for our first semifinal. We still got a second semifinal of AG Nefarious versus the newest team on the block, Blitzkrieg.
Yeah.
And then grand finals as well after all of that. So we got a good afternoon of Valorant VPH action here, guys. And stay tuned, stick around, because we only have all of these games plus giveaways to give ya.
It's going to be an amazing, amazing day here. Smokes abound. A beautiful lineup recon.
Dubstep though going on the inside, and he just goes for the side dash to get a side dish of a kill onto Rafi. On the inside, he's in hell. Shy Dub though does get the lineup, but Dubstep again does get to Jesse Vash even with the off shot onto 6. And Bren Esports is looking explosive, but Kaja will blow up Dubstep face there.
But 2v4 situation right here. It's pretty hard to retake with that operator. Wouldn't be surprised if that Blade Storm will go online as of this moment. But speaking of going online, Dubstep definitely is online as of this moment, just securing such a huge foothold for Bren.
All the action though happening on A, but joke's on you, Spike is on C. And we see this a lot on Haven, right? It's like, okay, we're gonna be making some noise here on one side of the map, and you guys have to make the long trek to the other.
It's just that if a single agent has that much presence on the board or has that capability to sort of open up the site alone, that diverts so much attention from the defender team, and then like, oh wait, the spike's not there? It's on the other side? Oh, well, we screwed up.
Well, I mean, Dubstep is his name and music is his game, and right now he's making a lot of noise with all those kills. And, you know, guys, we've had a pretty original soundtrack here in the KDR series. It's been absolutely amazing, to say the least. And it's all homemade, so we have a music producer with us
Yeah.
today, associate, of course, of our production side. So big shout out there to Suspect with a $sign, local production
I love
music.
it.
And I do believe that, you know, in the future, he'll be releasing the tunes of the KDR series for everyone to just enjoy right now. If you want to hear them, well, you got to tune on in to the stream itself. But Bren Esports, just saying, we're going to be camping all the way on the other side. You guys want to join us, and the spike explodes when ANBU gets there.
It's like Dubstep going to be on that operator. Might be able to see an operator duel here, but Borkum goes down.
Operator
Oh,
duel.
oh.
Kaja Dubstep and Dubstep again. He just gets the shot at the right time. Peak battle will go in favor of Bren Esports. And right now, finally, we see El Clasico Haven, because 4v3, Bren now can set any kind of tempo in this round. And with Ching actually catching out Tony Banks, it's even easier to plant on a site they want to.
That was pretty much El Clasico Haven right there. Operators on either side just going at each other.
5K investment doesn't matter. It's the last round of the half, and Bren right now looking geared up to get a 2-round advantage as Rafi is caught trying to transition from the garage, but 6 is there, not giving up whatsoever. And yesterday, he did really bring in his A+ effort against CTNX. So if anyone can pop off, it might be our Omen. But right now, can Mr. 6 actually move into the site? Has it from the shadows for some intel, but besides that, that's all he got.
Yeah, Spike's planted down at C, and there are 3 entry points: garage, defense connector, and of course long. So it's a 1v3 situation. Going to be really hard to retake this.
Spencer is keeping an eye out, and that is going to be good night and goodbye to 6. Bren Esports again with the that they need, and look at this beautiful operator build. It's just all about the peaks, it's all about the pixels, and in the end, Bren Esports will take that lead, take command as we get into the second half.
Beautiful, beautiful play there by Dubstep. It would have been hard to get the 2-point advantage over ANBU without those initial 2 kills from Dubstep on that operator. Just so proficient with that weapon.
It's just point and click. And you know, Dubstep has made a name for herself for sniper rifles all the way
Exactly.
into tactical shooter historical books of the PH scene. So if you ever need to take a crash course like Tac Shooters 101 in PH, you see Chapter 1, Dubstep and Operators. There you go. That's really one of the textbooks of the scene itself. But here we go again. Bren versus ANBU. Take 2 Electric Boogaloo, second half of Haven. ANBU. What are they going to do here on the attack? That's my question, because we see them play this very far back defense.
Right.
And I wonder what they're going to try to do on the attack here. Will they punish Bren for going on to them, or will they find a different kind of speed?
Typically, at that point in time, I think you'd get a try to feel of, get a read on your opponent, how aggressive they're playing, whether you're going to be punishing or you will be the one punishing their passiveness.
Just maybe someone needs to be the one bearing their fangs. And right now, ANBU is looking geared to go over to A site with Bren Esports backing out at the right time. They looked around by the lobby itself of A. They didn't really see any opportunity to get a good kill, and they decided to just stack onto A site with 2 so far, and the rotate is also going to be there.
Now, typically when you start on the offense here on Haven, you either go C or A. A seems to be a popular choice statistically throughout the series.
Oh, but danger close. You know, it's popular. Shido getting that frenzy kill, and Kasha doing the same old thing. This is just ANBU now picking up the speed, going to 7th gear, and up to the 90s we go yet again. ANBU right now holding close to the connector, and goodbye to Dispenser. Looking for another one, runs out of bullets. Borkum will get that takedown. He has shown the power of the classic, but right now it's Dubstep falling to the turret.
Oh.
That's kind of a little bit salt in the wound right there, but I gotta say the turret is the most powerful thing in round number 1.
It is the most annoying thing in round number 1 because it has so much HP and it takes so many bullets on a pistol to actually take it down. Shy Dope right now and Tony Banks will be on those Spectre buys and full armor as well.
125 HP on that turret, and you do have to shoot it down with your slower pistol, and you already expect someone else to be shooting you at the same time. But ANBU able to make it work. The frenzies to go for a frenzy push, and enough is enough. ANBU saying that, hey, we can actually kick it up a notch. We can actually go for some speed, and Borkum in the middle of C-Long, but able to get away just in time.
It's like the spike still is over there outside mid doors. So they are trying to bait a rotation perhaps.
Yeah, Spectre in the palms of Tony Banks, and he's trying to go for the lineup, looking for a kill or 2, but doesn't get it. 2 stacked up, though, onto C site. Bren right now at the right place at the right time, and look at the HP right there.
It's just 1.
There is nothing in that bar. It is empty.
It's 2.
2.
I was wrong.
It's like, it's as empty as my heart sometimes, Mr. Vim. But hey, you know, ANBU right now is filling it up with some bullets here and now. They are going to be looking to push, maybe even hit to B site. And I see here from ANBU that they do like to go for a very, very invested second round, because Rafi already with an early Vandal here. I believe it's only Kaja going for an eco in this state, so it's really ANBU do or dying into this one so they can get the operator when they need it the most. But Bren Esports looking for the lineup with the arrows. It's 4v2 though.
All right. Very well placed lineup there. Kaja 30 HP left.
Backing on to C-Long. Bren starts trying to play it slow. Maybe, just maybe, they can play a recon vault into the near future just to find out where they are. And I do believe, though, for Bren Esports, they're looking for the exit. If they can kill Rafi by this moment, that's a free rifle for them. As of the moment, it's ANBU playing it really smart, because 6 with the Ghost instead. He's tapping, he's dancing here in the grass, and he's looking for Jesse Vash.
Jesse Vash, though, will not be lurking around at this moment.
He's fighting the turret, and you can see how strong it is.
Yeah, it's just so annoying. It just reveals your position, though.
Oh, and at least Jesse Vash does get rid of 6, but that's one target that didn't go for the buy. It's Rafi getting that final blow, and we are all tied up again. So Bren Esports, they're showing their common sickness, like the common cold. For them, it's that slow start, and we see it both on the attack and the defense.
And again, it really depends on their team comp as well. And typically when they have this slow start, I mean, they're still using pretty much the same team composition, right? So single duelist, etc., etc. So that sort of explains it. They rely a lot on their intel, so that's totally fine.
I gotta say though that we are seeing ANBU try something out a bit different because Kaj is gonna be going for the Stinger, and when you see the Stinger now in this next round, it really is gearing up for an operator buy. It really goes to show that you know the power of the Stinger if you can get close enough, and well, the Jet is one of the best agents that can do that. But you know what else is on the board right now? I do believe I saw a big, hefty machine gun in the palms of the Sova. So maybe Sovash here can go for the wall bangs if ever.
Sovash.
Sovash, so clean,
I
so
like it.
good.
I
And
like
the
it.
thing about it here on Haven is if you're coming from C, you go to B, you can actually go for the wall bang onto the A sewers right there. But here we go already. Kaja looking to be explosive, but Dispenser is going to be pulling out the trick yet again that he's done before. Put the tripwire there, go for the kill from above, and an easy takedown to give the advantage for Bren Esports.
I mean, I just love that Cypher trick right there. If you put the tripwire in that location, it doesn't matter if Heaven is smoked right there. Dubstep with 7 HP left, trying to trade with 6 right here.
This has been a really, really solid game so far. And here we go again. 2 for 2 trade. Dispenser, though, with a takedown onto Rafi. And it's now time for the Odin to go for the spray and pray. 6 is all alone. He has to deal with so many bullets now just in front of him. And Jesse Bash will get that takedown. 3 remaining here for Bren Esports, and that should be enough to get Bren the round they need.
But yeah, just as I was saying, it's just even though you get smoked out over there on Heaven, on A site, it doesn't matter because you still have visibility and you can easily one-tap or headshot your opponent using that visibility from the tripwire. That's why I think A site is the best location for a Cypher at this point.
Yeah, it just feels like that Cypher can be very, very sneaky. Cypher Cage gets smoked out, doesn't matter because the game is telling you he's right here. He is right here. All it needs to do right now, you know, all you gotta say from that intel, they should build like a big hazard, the red one, just like, there is a guy here, please shoot him, just to remind you that this is gonna be a free kill. And that's what the Cypher is all about. Using that intel, he knows exactly where you are. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. And right now we are seeing
Like Santa
Jesse
Claus.
Bash, like a scary Santa Claus. He's white, you know, he's like a white hat and everything.
Right.
It kind of makes sense, but Dubstep
Doesn't
though,
give gifts.
oh, that's unfortunate. Tony Banks does get the kill. Borkham, though, in the meantime, does get the refrag. And even though Jesse Bash is going for those amazing lineups yet again, it seems like Brent cannot capitalize on a safe kill.
Rafi sort of baiting that orb, checking out those corners.
Just making sure no one's in the cubby, no one's hiding and being cheeky. But Bren Esports, they lose one, and we keep saying here on Haven, lose one on the defense, it's going to be even harder to try and go for the hold. ANBU, if they decide to explode on a site or two, then maybe, just maybe, they can take it for free. They have that lockdown, they have that Blade Storm, and it's all up to them to see what kind of tool fits in the scenario.
45 seconds left on the clock, and of course, the Killjoy's ultimate online. This could be a very tough round to win for Bren.
It's interesting, like when you get that Killjoy ultimate, Vim, it kind of changes the pace truly because you make a big circle that says, no, 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 get out of here.
It allows
30
the
seconds left.
offensive team to take the right post-plant positions. And that's what makes it so much harder to retake.
I think the best thing about Killjoy is to describe her as an offensive agent that can make it a defense. Like when the Killjoy is on the offensive side. So here we go again. Bren Esports right now is forced back on out, and ANBU should be in a good spot to try to go for that post-plant situation. Lockdown right now, a counter to destruction, but Jesse Bass is already throwing counter. Shy the boss and goes down. Jesse Bass gonna get two. He's just going for it. He's looking for the lockdown, and he will get it. It's all up to 6 right now. He might be able to get a flank here. Jing will go down. 6 has gotten 2. 1v1 though, but 6 can get 3, and I can do the math right now. He has gotten half of the team with half of his name.
6 is his name.
Yes.
I was just trying to, like, wrap my head around the math. And I was able to get that logic.
If no one can see my face right now, I'm just crying.
It's
on
good
the
that
inside.
people can't see it.
Okay.
But, I mean, let's take a look at this replay powered by XSplit. Jesse Vash making great use of that Odin. But 6 just popping off, man. You mentioned earlier that if there's anybody who can clutch it out, who can basically pop off, it's this guy.
Thanks for covering for me when trying to reel back from what you just gave to me. But you make a good point there. That I made a good point. Oh yeah, that's my point.
Yeah,
That he can
it's
really
half
pop
of his
off.
name.
Thank you.
What's his name? 6.
Okay, okay. 2 plus 2 is 4. Quick mods.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. But you know, Bren Esports, Borkham again. I gotta say, this guy doesn't need a gun. He is getting kills with the classic no matter what, even though Bren is down by a member.
We've seen some very stellar pistol performances even from yesterday with some very impressive sheriff plays, so I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of that today. Top step though.
Oh, right place, right time. I gotta say that was a little lucky there from Dubstep. It must be a matter of positioning because he's perfectly placed to not get hit by the Paranoia. And Peekaboo, and thinking it was safe. No, sir. Bren was there waiting for that kill, and they will get some guns to their name.
Here we go. And that's really a great way of shifting the sort of eco momentum to your favor. That's why the Blade Storm is such a valuable skill, especially if you're on a jet. It works so well when you're trying to save some
30
money.
seconds left.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left, though, ANBU do need to pick up the pace. They are going to have one chance to either rotate or push, and it seems like they're going to be committing here on C side. It's time to see if they can go on. It's time to see if they can actually make it, and that's not going to happen because the platform defense is going to say the train is leaving the station. Choo-choo. Dubstep is going to run them all over.
I mean, they had that sort of Triforce setup right there with a spike right in the middle of the site. And it's one of those moments wherein your teammate says, "Oh no, the spike was me right in the middle." And like, there's not much you can do.
It's like the pyramid in your rank, right?
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that. But right now, what I saw there was a masterpiece made by Dubstep. He can sign it with some blood as well because already staining C-Long with an artwork with those takedowns. But we are not done yet. 9-8. This is really as close as it can be. But Bren Esports is narrowly keeping this lead, and Budo at least will always have a way to go for a fight here into this game. Dubstep though taking the damage, but backing on away. Seems like the little plan of action here for ANBU is since they're going to be on the eco round, might as well just rush, might as well try to get some guns, and might as well punish Bren. But the Hunter's Fury is on, and Jesse Bash catching out Tony Banks, trying to plant that spike. And no, sir, the Lightning is going to be able to crackle onto 2 more agents.
And take a look at what they're doing right here. 6 and Shido with that crossfire. Typically, someone would go on the hard right there. However, Ching just makes short work of that.
At least 6 does get a single kill. Could have gotten the second, but the Frenzy runs out of ammo very, very quickly. And it is what it is. But Borkum, that angle from heaven, actually surprisingly getting the kill immediately onto the Killjoy. Bren Esports, though, again, going to be getting the 2-round cushion.
But as I was saying, it's just that ANBU's doing over there at the defense connector. Instead of going hard right on that pocket, the side defense connector, you set up a crossfire, left and right of the entrance, which I think is way more efficient rather than going for that common pre-fire angle. And you will probably die like 80% of the time.
Yeah, and I gotta say though real quick, Mr. Vim, if you guys are tuning in on our Twitch, thank you for checking that one out there. If you have any trouble, check out Facebook and vice versa. We are live on FB and Twitch, and if you are tuning on Twitch, our giveaway only works on Facebook. So just get the link right there and you can sign on up and of course be able to share that stream. PH only, guys, because we keep it local here, as this is gonna be Ching looking to find an angle, and no, 6 again is back on the board and immediately getting 2 here on C-Long.
Let's get a bit flash right there. Rolling Thunder, perfect timing. Will be able to get a couple. Oh, I think that one.
He does get a kill, but he gets some good damage, and now the couple is there. Unfortunately, though, Shido will be breaking his heart and breaking his face. Jesse Vash, though, in the meantime, with the refrag on. Dubstep now by the long angle yet again, and that's a free one. Kaja this time going to be taking a taste of his own medicine. Shido, though, going to be getting that kill. And 1v1 right now. This Reyna is geared up to try and make it happen, but that's the dart getting the intel, and Vash knows he is the hunter here.
Oh, very, very clean right there.
I'm going to tell you, Vim. You see what Vash does? He likes doing that. He crouches on sites like this, and he says, "Peek me, brother." And then you peek, and you don't see his head. Now, this is a strategy that works better if your opponents are better. If you do that in a Iron-Silver game, Jesse Vash is going to die, for sure.
Because of, you're talking about them aiming at head level, and then you don't expect them to be crouched.
Yeah.
Right?
So, well, guys, we usually explain things because we want you guys to get better and better in your ladder experience. And we're like, okay, you can actually use these things. If you are below diamond, please don't do that too much because everyone will shoot you in the head and you're going to be like, how does Jesse Vash do it and why can't I? What am I doing wrong? It's just really all about that crosshair placement, and these guys have been so experienced and so many stack shooters. It's all about the head, and it really feels like, hey, surprise, surprise, I'm not there.
Yeah, it's just one of those moments where you say, oh, he was crouched. No way. But Dubstep taking out Shido right there.
that was a moment I'd say, oh, that was so cool. And Dubstep does get that kill, as you said. This is Jet, though, looking to find another one. And he does get the ding onto the leg. You can see right now, though, that when you get leg shot by the operator, as Jesse Vash kills Tony Banks there, and Bren taking heavy control of A-Long. Garaffi, though, going to be able to get the refrag on, but it's 4v1. But back to my point, the operator leg shot doesn't hurt too much anymore, does it?
120 damage.
Yeah. Like you can really survive a bit more with that nerf. But in the end, Bren is saying, nerf this. We are up by 4, and they're on match points.
Just like that, 4-point lead for Bren with ultimate economy pretty much equal on both sides. 3 ultimates on either side, but they do have the Killjoy ultimate online as well as Rolling Thunder for the side of ANBU. So now is the time. It's do or die for them. They have to make a play using those ultimates right now. And yeah, looks like we might be seeing that.
I'm trying to remember, though. Was this Bren Esports pick?
This was Bren's pick.
Okay, so they're really showing us how it's done here. And, of course, our next map here, guys, is going to be ANBU's pick. Regardless of the scoreline, we're going to get at least 2 maps in this best of 3. As of the moment, though, Bren Esports is the one looking to kind of end this on a high note. But 6 is still going to get the kill. Was that both running and blinded and trying to get away from the Hunter's Fury? That is just some RNG right there working out for him. But Dispenser right now, this isn't going to be RNG. He has to move away from the Aftershock. Spray and pray action, though, and Bren Esports surviving with their Cypher so far.
I just like how Dispenser plays through those Cypher cages, though, but
mistakes
flying up in the air.
I think mistakes were made there, but Ching is going to show us how it's done instead. He found the right answer here on the answer sheet, and he'll be able to get to. I do believe, though, if Dispenser hit by the Cubby, that could have been him surviving a bit more.
Perhaps he wasn't expecting the Rolling Thunder to be thrown at that point in time.
I can see the throw, though, with the Leer perhaps here from Shidope. Empress in hand, as well as the blind. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to go for the push, but Ching is just waiting. This is opportunistic, and Ching and Borkum wrap it up on the silver platter. Bren Esports will take it 13-8, and ANBU making it close, but Bren ran away with it at the end.
I think the kicker right there was that Ching wasn't blinded by that Leer, right? And he had that angle that allowed him to pick off Shidope when Shidope thought that the opponent was going to be blinded. So really good anticipation there from Ching, closing out the round 8-13 in favor of Bren for map number 1.
Love that game, though. 13-8. Score doesn't lie, though, with the end, with Bren able to run away with it. And they just did it again. Look at that. Ching with the proper angle at the proper time. Bren Esports, though, taking the top 3 spots on our scoreboard. 18, 17, 16. We have 15, 14. We have 13, 12, and 11. It's perfect. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
So no one really underperforming in a way there. Yeah. Everyone really showing that balance. But in the end, though, Bren Esports adjusting the way Bren Esports knows how, and they just dominate the last few rounds.
I mean, they were struggling at the beginning of the round, but it was Dubstep. No, it was Borkum and Dispenser pretty much picking up the slack early on in the game, and then the rest of the team was able to catch up and perform so well and got the comeback and the lead.
You know, I saw from Bren, it's like when we notice Dubstep is not being Dubstep, that's when he turns it up. And he just turned it up yet again. He did all of that.
Right when we called it out, he got like a multi-kill right off the bat.
But ANBU's side, though, 6 again with the clutches. 6 is just looking really amazing no matter what on that Omen. He's at the right place, at the right time, at the right angle, and sometimes even got his machine there, Deus Ex Machina. He's like just running away from the lightning. He's blinded. He still gets the headshot. We take those. But in the end, ANBU could just not keep up with the adjustments from Bren. But ANBU keeping up very heftily overall. It was just such a good effort. So it seems like, though, our players going to be needing a break there, Mr. Vim, after a very tough first game. And we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around. This is going to be game number 2 coming our way here in our first semifinal in the KDR main qualifiers.
2020! Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a 2-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car. Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no? Without physically going to the store.
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to give a license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I will swear to mo because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
So hello guys, and welcome back to the KDR Tournament Series, the main qualifiers. It's game number 2 time, Mr. Vim, with Bren taking the first win there on Haven.
Let's get right into the action. I'm very, very excited. Again, the first map was Brent's pick. It was Haven. Now it's ANBU's pick for Bind.
Oh, bind. I might be in the bind right here, Mr. Vim, because as the moment, you know, Bren Esports very experienced on a map like this. But I gotta say though, if this is gonna be a map that ANBU can take, it has to be this one because I have seen ANBU very scary on this map as well.
And again, it also favors their sort of restraint on the defense as well. It's one of those maps wherein you can really stay behind and just wait for commitment on the offensive team. So ANBU knows this very well and wouldn't be surprised if they try to pull off something like that. Looking like comfort picks all around here.
Oh, I actually want to see that. Let me see what's going on here. And we're going to be having the Brimstone. And Brimstone. Meet the Brimstone.
He's a rock. He's a brimstone.
Okay.
We're not going to say the rest of the quote, but yeah.
You know, this is what I got to say as we get Tony Banks. Oh, 60D's back on the Cypher. I love it. So, this is what we see. So 6 is on the Cypher because Shideup is on the Brimstone. And this is a twofold thing. Here on ANBU's side, we get 6 back on the Cypher. He used to play that Sentinel a lot more often. When we get Shideup on either that second duelist, maybe even play Breach alongside Tony Banks from time to time. Something to note though, on a map like this, if you want to see the word stall, look at ANBU. Because Molly, Orbital Strike, this man knows his lineup so very well on a map like this.
Yeah, it looks like both teams here will favor the Brimstone pick instead of the usual Omen that we see more often today in the current meta.
It's interesting that we have seen Bren adjust to the Brimstone also on a map like this. They've done similar things, but I gotta say, OG, my OG is ANBU. Who they're the ones who started things off. And yet again, we'll just be confirming our sides. It's Bren on the defense, ANBU on the attacking side. Bren, though, is up by 1. This is match point for them if they want to move on to the grand finals. ANBU, though, let's see what fight they have as here we go on to B side.
Very early intel there. Despite not spotting out anybody, it was destroyed by a single frenzy right there. So they do know there's presence in B long. Looks like 6 on the lurk right here.
Yeah, he's hiding behind the box and he's gonna say, "Peekaboo, I have a present for you," and it is gonna be my gun to your face. And we do look at the push. It's a bit of a split here onto both the hookah as well as long. Bigger stack though onto long itself. And Raffi is gonna be on that raise to take note. Playing that second duelist, so he's not on the Killjoy. It's a lot of flexibility for ANBU. I gotta say the addition of Raffi really making their roster so well rounded. It's been a pretty long time already, but it's just something to really take note in the first place. In the meantime, Bren, they are tried and tested, and they know what to do with this kind of a setup. Dubstep though, gonna be trying to play inside the smoke. Very low visibility, trying to figure out what to even do. Kajito with the first kill already, and Danger Close Shideup is waiting in the angle, and the container is ANBU's for the taking.
Very clean take right there, but Borkum still over here on backside.
Spike now gonna get planted. Borkum though controlling the body parts of the site. Onto the elbow we go. It's like we're playing Surgeon Simulator here and now as Borkum trying to simulate the kill, but no, Shideup is gonna give him a taste of his own medicine. Jing though still staying alive. Tony Bank's gonna be going on down. 1v3, low HP state, looking really dire here for Bren.
There's not much you can do at this point. All they have to do is stall. They don't even have to peek one by one. But with only 20 HP left, there's not much left to do there but exit the site.
Yeah, time to get the hell out of there.
Speaking of Surgeon Simulator, though, like I'm really bad at that game.
I mean, who is? If you at least though, it's still easier than doing a real surgery in real life. Not
That's
gonna
probably
lie.
true.
It's true. It's 125% through, and especially if you mess it up, at least you don't kill someone.
Right.
So
right.
you're good to go. But ANBU pretty much killing everyone there on B, and we did see Bren Esports again falter at the very start. So, yeah, wake up call. I know they're the ones starting off the stream, right?
Right.
But you just want to like slap their face a little bit. Hey, come on, cold water. We're good to go. Need coffee? You need a drink? Because we are seeing Bren Esports play back to their similar style, but near the end. As we saw in Haven, it was the end streak that ended that game. But ANBU was always answering back, and right now we're seeing it again. ANBU right now with the 1-0.
Looks like they're going to be switching it up a bit with more presence over here onto the short.
Bumoto. Raffi tried to go for the incel, but
corner.
Yeah, he didn't. And Raffi able to get 2 though with the early Vandal buy. Also something to note though that he has full armor here and now 6 though. Gonna be able to get that kill. And we're playing a very, very interesting economic into the first 2 rounds. But right now it is Bren holding very close onto the hookah.
That's kind of awkward. Just sitting right beside your enemy now. But 6 taking out Jesse Bash.
It's like
That corner he did check.
yeah, that good job. At least you know sometimes you can hear your opponent breathing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's just right there. That's not really true in the game, but it's just that very close. Shido though does get the kill, and you know ANBU doing that one really well. But I do have to call out a bit that that was on Rafi to check that corner
Yeah.
with not only himself but at Boombot. And since he angled it in the way it goes straight onto the right side, you have to look at the left
Right.
to keep your clear on, and that's why you pick the raise here on Vine
To clear out those corners.
Exactly, hookahs as well as cubbies.
I'm really excited to see the new agent come into play in areas such as hookah like that, because you know once you have those seekers
Here's
down,
Sky.
it's gonna be so easy. Sky is gonna be so easy to check those corners. But again, it's a very fundamental mechanic for you newer players out there in the audience. You gotta check those corners very, very well.
Yes, and you know, good day, mate. And I can't wait to play Animal Simulator with that new
Animal
agent.
Simulator.
It's gonna be fun. It's a zoo. It's Zootopia. It's a jungle out there.
Zoo
but
Tycoon.
can be. But right
Yeah.
now, it is gonna be Bren playing the aggro on the defense.
look at
Dubstep
that.
in behind. Kaja though, oh he barely makes it. No, he can't even make it past the APC. Dispenser gonna get zoned out again by a beautiful lineup with the Molly spike that get planted. But Kaja isn't paying attention, and Bren gets that first kill.
Pretty interesting that Kaja was not able to check that shower entrance right there. 6 on the beautiful flank though. That's the biggest of flanks right there.
Yeah, it is pretty much what 6 is always up to. Doesn't matter what agent he's running, he can just get the right angle at the right time. Bren Esports though, looking for a little bit more of the push. And goodbye to that breach. Shido gets the refrag on, 2v2 right now. This is going to be Bren trying to get the angles, but 6, another one, 3 in a row.
Oh, look at that
And with the
blade
Artful
tactic.
Strike, we do it again. It's the ANBU special. Look at the stall. Look at how much that Bren is just going to be watching that spike explode in front of them. Dubstep backing on out, and ANBU takes a 3-0 lead.
3-0 lead is something a bit to be concerned about if you're on the team that's down by a couple points on the first couple of rounds.
But I gotta say, Brimstone ult economy is something their ANBU team is really, really good at. They try to juggle as many orbs as they can for Shido.
Just like feed the orbs.
feed the orbs. It's like, hey, do you want some more food? Do you want some more food?
It's
Do
gonna
you-
pay off,
Yeah,
right? So just
eventually.
go ahead, eat.
Yeah, chunky Brimstone.
Be merry.
And 4-0 also, something to take note. He hasn't gotten any ult points from dying. He's always staying alive. He got that right kill at the right time by the lamps, and that was that. Because we already know that Dubstep is the god of the clutch. And being able to just basically say you can't win no matter how many people you kill is a slap in the face there. But Dispenser looking to slap someone close. Gonna be the Cypher Cage, and good fire right to Kaja. Boombot though will get the refrag.
It's always, it's always Rafi on that refrag, which is a very, very quick response.
Yeah, sadly, though, the Bucky just didn't have the fire rate there to get that takedown. But 6 again is lurking. And Dubstep this time ain't paying attention. Neural Theft going to be in order. Bren Esports, though, Ching has the Sheriff. And gotta say, Ching can get those dings if need be. But Borkum right now, coming close, goes in hand. Rafi goes down. Can Ching actually push on forward? Might get spotted here by the camera, but Rolling Thunder going to be able to get the stun onto many. Time to see that Intel game. Time to go for the peak. Through the smoke, though. And that's going to be Borkum getting 1. 6, though. And Tony Vax going to get 2. And Jesse Vash can't clutch it out this time. ANBU again with the 4-0, but Bren did do a good job in pushing. Unfortunately, the shots just did not connect.
Yep. And if you're, I'd just like to point out, at this level of gameplay, like in the highest tiers of Valorant here in the Philippine competitive scene, you can see damn well that both teams have very, very good aim. And they're at a certain level of mechanical competency, right? So really the battle is sort of outsmarting your opponent. And you're going to notice a lot of that. They don't really whiff their shots all that much. And when they do, it's a very rare case. But really, it's just catching your opponents off guard.
Yeah, and just sadly, though, even though there's that off-guard moment, it just doesn't work out for Bren there. It was a pretty good try, though, with the eco. And right now, ANBU is just going for the flashes and just like being, hey, we are the paparazzi. We're going to be looking to just flash your way to victory.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Rafi, he gets revenge from the last map. Jesse Vash had the Odin a while ago. This time, Rafi bring it out. And ANBU getting the first kill with the wall bangs.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the Odin, if you're very crafty with it, it can be a really devastating weapon. I really get its place in the meta. Not gonna lie. I was confused before. Like, why would you choose the Odin over a Vyminal like that? But beautiful shot from Ching.
I mean, the players are showing us right now, but Bren actually going to be able to get to But I gotta say, I remember teaching you that lesson a long, long time ago. But Borkum gonna be holding here. I will never let that game go.
Okay.
One of my
Okay.
favorite matches ever.
That's 1v1.
Oh, tara. Well, here we go.
Jump
Borkum, though, gonna be trying to go for the jumping flash. Doesn't get it. Shy Dove, though, in the meantime, not so shy whatsoever. But Dubstep going for the ankle breaker. Kaja goes down. Here we go with the Blade Star. 4 HP in a
That
dream.
movement.
But Tony Banks still sees past the DDR. And right now, Bren has to
30
make this
seconds
orbital
left.
strike count.
Looks like Ching is just waiting for the right time for that spike commitment, but they're going to go for the bait and switch here. I like that decision.
Hey, they're using the map to the best degree, and you gotta say you respect bind TPs. Right now, though, Ching knows he has to have the right angle. He just has to make the laser beam count, and he's doing it right now. Perfectly
my
placed.
gosh.
Bren takes this. They have the win. All they gotta do right now is make sure that they don't die. And yep, 2v1 at the end. Bren Esports buying at the right time. Ching, though, even though the molly bounces back, it's Dispenser who gets the cleanup, and ANBU this time getting a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, this is why Brimstone is just such a powerful agent in a map like Bind, like this. And basically, in general, just delaying that spike plant if you're playing for time. Just such a powerful agent.
Right place, right time. Look at that, 10 seconds, and then it's 8 seconds when it comes out. So for the 4 seconds that it's trying to go up, Dispenser gets the kill on the spike. ANBU had one small moment to actually put that spike down, but Bren already making it such a timer-based setup.
It's like they're going for the same hookah aggression here. Quick flash.
Rafi, though, holding close, and Kaja going to be able to get the Blade Star arm. Borkum goes down. This time, though, Rafi clearing properly, but he has to get away from his own explosives. Jesse Vash, though, he does get that takedown again. Very, very interesting angle here for Jesse Vash. This is the most unsafe I've ever seen on B site, but it does give you both the angle on hookah as well as garden, so might as well be the turret there.
Yeah, it's usually an angle for an operator that gives you line of sight over at hookah, while hookah can't really see you just yet. But you're very vulnerable from long. Ching with a quick 2K though.
Sure, good discipline, waiting it out, couldn't get the kill onto Kaja in time. He goes for Rafi, and Kaja trying to go for the refrag, but Ching is still there, looking pretty godly great. Bren now, 2v2 scenario after being down by 2. There you go with the peek, and Ching is popping off and looking for a fourth, but 6 is still there. With 8 HP right now, can he actually get the kill here on Vash? One tap can do it, and Vash is the one to show it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so unfortunate when you get caught off guard like that, especially carrying the spike. It is just so much heavily in favor of the positioning of the enemy.
Ching, though, lamp hold, looking pretty sublime. Rafi, Kaja both go down, and just waiting it out, getting another kill there. Bren Esports, it was very risky, though, and with the clutch, they are able to get another round here.
You gotta commend Ching for being able to hold that short angle all by himself, essentially. But again, sitting at a very common angle, very surprising that Kaja once again was failing to check that area.
Yeah, but we'll see right now as Dispenser just lines it up at the right time. 6 gonna be able to go for a peek there, but Kaja now with the stinger in hand. And as I said before, Kaja really playing such a good economical game with that stinger. Out of nowhere, he brings in the small machine gun, and he does go for the takedowns. But Dispenser right now inside the last. Rafi, though, with the flag, but doesn't get the thing in time. Dispenser gonna get the opportunity, get the refrag on for himself. And Bren Esports now up by a man, but Spike is planted.
Shadow takes down Dubstep, and off your feet. Here we go. Looks like, despite that ultimate being thrown out, still playing it a bit slow here.
Kaja again with the stinger. He's just bringing in the small package there, but it's now 2v1. Borkum looking for the angle here, and now peek though from the shower gonna be essential, and Shidup will do it. Even though Tony Banks dies, he dies for the cause, and ANBU now up by 3, taking control of this half.
Yeah, it's just incredible how much Kaja was able to get so much value out of that tiny little gun that I tend to like quite a bit.
It goes brrrr, and you know, I've been seeing so many discussion pieces about it, but all we can say is the Stinger is a bang for your buck kind of gun.
It is.
It is like Bucky Stinger. Those two guns, They cost a little, but they can really bring in the impact.
Especially if you're on a map with a bit of like close quarters combat, especially like Bind. If you're planning to take U-Haul, if you're planning to take Hookah or B-side, it's something that you can really make use of its efficacy.
Yeah, but look, this efficacy indeed from the side of ANBU this time. Good lineup though with the fault line, and Rafi gonna be having to go for this one. Now, Bren, this is gonna disrespectful, not gonna lie, because you are dealing with a raise in front of you, and Rafi is gonna get that kill. Stacking
Oh,
two
look at
on
that.
the Hookah is one of the worst things that you can do, but with Rafi knowing that they have gun advantage, he doesn't even bother with the utility. Dispenser though, coming out of nowhere from the TP, gets that kill, and this is Bren Esports looking to go for the post-plant situation, looking to go for the retake as ANBU right now is splitting the spike down on the A side.
Kaja just watching out that flank. It's gonna be a 1v1 versus Sovash. Oh, but he's taking a detour.
Hey, scenic route, my friend, and
The
Jesse
scenic route.
Vash with the Spectre. I wouldn't be surprised though if Brent actually just decides to keep his guns because they do want to have
yeah.
a little bit more for the next round. They can play it clutch no matter what. Brent Esports is a team that has 5 clutch players in a 5-man roster. But you know, ANBU is in a really good spot right now, and I gotta say that this is gonna be really, really difficult for Brent to actually go for the push. But there is one thing they want to get away from ANBU right now. It's that ultimate on the Brimstone, because we always see the Orbital Strike and the Molly be the bread and butter for ANBU to steal a round away
Right.
from any single team.
But it looks like they're not going to be able to get that off just yet until ANBU decides to use it to take that stall. So definitely, if you're going to be the Brimstone on ANBU's team right now, you're going to be, there's going to be a huge target on your head.
Yeah, but Rafi gonna be able to get that instant replay. He just doesn't care. He expects the push. He expects people to come his way. Borkum and Dubstep both go down. And that was pretty good there from the Rays. But even though that happened, Bren Esports able to play the eco. And with that, they get the operator in the clutches of Dubstep. It's time for the rallying call. It's time to see if the morale boost here for Bren Esports can actually work, because ANBU is up by 4 and looking to push onto B side.
Yeah, this is, on bind defense, an operator can be very powerful, but Rafi, you know what's powerful? That showstopper is powerful regardless of your disposition.
Another solid fault line though from the side of ANBU, and they are just taking heavy control. Dispenser could not help out his team whatsoever with the rocket launcher to the face, and 6 even gonna get that kill in response. So Hookah controlled yet again by ANBU, doing such a good job. And Bren Esports is just walking into that one because they are really facing off against a Raze in the breach, and they are not caring, and they're losing their lives because of it.
Yeah, they didn't want to rush in right after securing those early picks because they did expect Dubstep to be over there on backside with that operator. So very good call. And looks like they're going to be going for the save. You definitely cannot afford to lose that operator.
Bren Esports has to be more careful with what they're doing. Staying in Hookah, you're asking for trouble when you see a roster like that. ANBU is doing such a good job in punishing it. But I gotta say that for Bren, at least they know when to rotate and they know when to back off. Because right now, we see the operator being saved here by the shower. A while ago, we saw the rifle and the SMG saved by the teleporter on B. So Bren is always in the know of where ANBU is, in a general sense. It really goes to show their game knowledge, and they say, okay, we're gonna go to the furthest point and make sure we can stay alive.
Absolutely. Ching here over there at Showers. Dubstep will be able to get a kill. 6 dies to the bomb. Strangely.
Yeah, but solid game so far though. 7-2. ANBU looking to run away with it on the attacking side. And this has been a masterclass for them, not only in stall, but also in the pushes. They take control of the right places at the right time. And Bren Esports right now is getting caught either in transition or getting caught in a corner. So if Brendan wants able to at least get to 5 points in this half, they have to start things off right now. But ANBU is looking to take more control and taking more points away from Bren.
I mean, ANBU is pretty much a heavy stacking market time and again here. Perhaps, I mean, there's not much need for early aggression at this point, but perhaps wait for commitment and then go for that rolling thunder, just to make for that safe play. Because the burden is on ANBU's shoulders to commit, and I'd like to see Bren sort of do what ANBU's been doing to them in the previous match, wherein they would just play out the clock and just don't overextend or overcommit.
Oh, you make a really good point, and Ching is gonna be the example of that. He waits it out at the right time. Six gonna peak, and goodbye there. The aggression, but still the patience is gonna be the virtue there. Borkondo unfortunately doesn't get the headshot lined up in time, and Kaja gonna be able to get that kill instead. Orbital Strike though into play, and Bren Esports able to navigate. Oh, Shydub gonna catch out Jesse Vash there. A little too eager to go for the swing and the kill, but Dubstep will be there for the refrag, and Bren gonna do that very well, Vim.
Very, very well indeed. And a bit of the, you can actually see the laser pointer over there in that, a bit of that spectator screen. That was really cool. I remember you talking about it yesterday.
Yes, sir. Our Mr. Spectator, Mr. Obs, Mr. Dodge this, knowing exactly what to do. A while ago, I was going to call him out being such a Sova main that he really follows the darts and all of that. The lineups.
He's proud of
He
those.
loves it. But, you know, it's just one key bind away. You can make sure that it becomes a limbo rock rather than Valorant. It's like, stay away from this line. Stay away from this line. But that only works as an Ops guy. And it's just one way to make sure we can visualize what we are talking about. But here we go again. Bren Esports already navigating really well there on B side in the last round. And they even got the Orbital Strike out of it. So one tool out of ANBU's arsenal here.
Looks like they could still be able to get a 5-7 score line here with the ult economy in their favor on ANBU. We got Blade Storm though.
And I gotta say for Bren, they've learned their lesson after getting pretty much punished with a belt onto Hookah. They just say, no, enough is enough. We will stop. This is not the cure. This is just the causality. This is us suffering from our own success. And right now, Bren Esports is going to be playing a little bit on the ANBU playstyle from the last map and holding on things like the cubby onto elbow and onto back of sight.
Bind is really one of those maps where you can do that sort of restraint. And it just makes so much sense to try and do that here. Looks like, you know, Six is going to be playing Limbo Rock over here. Try to get under that line, but Dubstep takes him down.
30
You know,
seconds left.
if you ever go for a big limbo and then suddenly line gets lower, then that's not fair at all. And Dubstep is making sure that that line gets lower and lower because he's just going to lower it down to get rid of Rafi. 2 on the board already for Dubstep. And yet again, he's making a mix track here that he's going to be on repeating. Just 12 seconds left, though. ANBU has to hurry. Orbital Strike now going to get thrown on now. Ching has gone down, though, by Kaja's hand. And ANBU, I think it's time to get the hell out of there. Kaja with the last stand onto A side. Going to get spotted out by Vash. 3v2, that's going to be the round. And Bren Esports buying enough time to get the default win.
Looks like Bren has found their foothold here for this defense phase. This is going to be the last round for the first half. And it seems that they still have that Rolling Thunder up their sleeves.
Yeah, impressive to say the least. Bren Esports at least able to adjust at the right time, and the time is now. But we're seeing it again. Bren Esports late adjustment, and this time they are not going to be able to take a lead that we saw like on Haven. This is going to be ANBU, regardless of the result of this round, going to have the advantage coming in to the next half. So Bren Esports at least are going to be trying to stem the bleeding, and Ching is going to make sure that he is going to be the medic there. 2 kills already by Ching. Dubstep does get the op shot there. Rafi in the meantime with the refrag, but 4v2, A short is the way to go here for ANBU.
You got to say, Dubstep and Ching, they're the dynamic duo in this particular match. Ching securing those multi-kills over there at short, and Dubstep on that operator, making such a huge impact to the game, although Rafi takes him out.
Beautiful lineup, and he knew exactly where the jet was. I believe he saw the barrel there, and right now we're barreling on in with Borkum catching out Rafi. 6 though, all alone. Yet again though, playing the smart game. And I gotta say for Mr. 6, he's the one really bringing in the brains for his team. He's at a different spot at a different time. Right now though, who knows about that spot? It's Bren Esports with that dart.
He doesn't go for the plant right away. Very smart decision there to clear the site, make sure the coast is clear. He still has 40 seconds left. He could just bait out the plant and bait a peek here. Looks like that's his idea right now.
The fact that he's stalling for time like this is already impressive, and that shot onto Vash even better. But Borkum realizes the play, doesn't want to get caught like last time, like last map, and he just gets the flank at the elbow and buys enough time to get that kill. Team ANBU though with a 2-map advantage, but Bren Esports able to figure out what they wanted to do on the defense in those last few rounds.
This could be really challenging for Bren because ANBU, you know, they've been more comfortable on their defense phases throughout this tournament series. So I wouldn't be surprised if they sort of sustain their early pistol round momentum, securing another couple of points here. We'll see, though.
I'd say if Bren is able to take that pistol, they can actually go
Oh,
for
yeah.
the
Oh,
equalizer.
yeah.
But if ANBU is able to take that pistol, they have been a kind of team that knows how much they want to buy and how much they want to save, especially on that second round. So we'll see what this is all going to be about.
Yeah.
This pistol round going to be very essential to see the tempo yet again of the second half. And Bren and ANBU going to be facing off here in pitch combat, as close as possible. Dispenser and Six looking like they're looking at the mirror, but as of the moment, Six is going for the Brimstone, and Ching gonna be going on down there. Paint Chills now to get the zone. Bren Esports losing the first member of their crew, but Borkum, again, the classic god himself. Classic shot, classic takedown. Six goes down, Raffi has to back away from the flashpoint.
Really good sort of shower defense right there coming in from Borkum. Kaja trying to make something happen here over at short.
There we go. Kaja has made it happen. Dispenser goes down, but Dubstep inside the lamps. And yet again, whenever you see Dubstep's name, you already know that that is going to be a mixtape that you have to listen to. Borkum and Vash, though, with the cleanup, and Bren Esports able to get a really good attack there, Bim.
It felt like the attack was a bit fragmented on the side. I mean, rather, the defense was a bit fragmented on the side of ANBU. They were just so spread out, like, all over the place.
It also felt like they were stuck in the showers for so long,
Yeah.
and A short was free for Bren to take.
Yeah.
Right.
Felt like they came in one by one. Perhaps a bit more trading should be in order here.
Yeah, we'll see if they can actually do it again, as ANBU right now still with that one-round advantage. But Bren Esports says, hey, you see that lead? We want to erase it from existence. We want to say that Bren again is standing strong. Bren again is the one looking at the top of the mountain. And with a pretty much a full buy here for the second round, it's time to just dominate this game.
Yep. It's a couple Bulldogs, full armor for everyone, and 3 Spectres, I believe.
It's just every single gun that you can have as of the moment. It's like when you get your first paycheck and you decide to spend it all. Ah.
Oh, I know how that feels.
No, I had the completely opposite feel. I got my first paycheck.
Right.
I wanted to frame it and be like, I made this money. Are you proud of me?
I
Mom?"
couldn't wait to like
Yeah.
let go of it and
Nah,
spend it.
nah, I'm the type of guy who really appreciates it if I get paid directly to the bank. Not gonna lie, there is no temptation. There is no temptation, and you know I'm a little hashtag blessed with a few things here and there, so it's all good that we can just keep for the save. And right now, you know what else is gonna be saving Six is gonna be that kill, of course, onto Dispenser, but Ching will get the refrag on. Every single kill though that ANBU gets is already so much value for them.
And Dubstep here with this cheeky boost. Borkum takes down Raffi. 3v4 now.
Yeah, ANBU is at the very least, even though they're down a man, they are going to be able to maybe find the pick off to get one more gun away from them. Still though, they retrieve that quick little barrel, and that's going to be Tony Banks getting a kill onto one. He gets the second one there, Spectre in hand. Jesse Vash though keeping an eye out, but Bren Esports, even though they win that round, pretty costly. 3 members down.
I like that post-plant positioning from Bren. You know, you got one guy at bench and one guy right outside lamps for that perfect crossfire over at APC.
Yeah, my only worry though was
Noted.
that lamps. The lamps itself was being dominated by Raffi at the start. And with Raffi existing merely there,
Right.
it really slowed it down. And ANBU got a kill there. They got a gun. And even though they died, they could get the gun again. So it's like, this is the pickup point. It's like you go to the grocery,
Right.
leave your basket right there for someone else to use, and exactly that. And we're going for a good system. I commend people who do that, like put the basket back, and maybe they bring the push cart back. Those are
I'll
my
remember to
favorite
do that
people.
next time.
Yes, please. Get on my list of good people in life. But right now, Six is going to be looking to hold the shower yet again, looking to clean up Bren and their act. Quick little dash on in though from the side of the Jets. Oh, the peek, and that was so unfortunate because that Brimstone was busy playing with his phone and not paying attention to what's in front of him.
Looks like Six will be taking kill there. Dispenser with that quick trade. I don't know why they're not favoring sort of a B take right now, but trades happening all around.
Hey, A is okay, but right now they're not looking A-okay here, Mr. Vim. Spike, though, gonna get planted. Dispenser is gonna be going on down there after the kill onto one. Tony Banks still get the final 2 kills as Dubstep surprises with the judge. But right now, the only jury we'll get is ANBU is innocent, and ANBU will get that defuse here.
ANBU has the 1-point advantage. I do believe, Mr. Daks, that they stacked A in that round. Like, everyone was literally there. It was a 5v5 on a entirely.
Yeah, and just hey, they read it like a book, and it was gonna be the chapter number 2. They're going to A. We had chapter
Yeah.
number 1 a while ago. This is the second chapter. Maybe we can get a book written here from VPH into the near future. Gotta say though, between these two teams, some of the best we have ever seen in the PH scene.
Right.
High Immortal, Radiant, even. These guys are really the cream of the crop when it comes to the local scene.
Yeah, of course. And indicative of that scoreline is the skill level of these two teams. This is probably the closest matchup we've had throughout this whole KDR main qualifiers so far. But now we're taking a look at a more of a default stance here from Bren's offense phase.
Yeah, slower pace. They won the first game though on Haven, and right now they're looking for the shutout victory against Team ANBU. But Blade Storm's gonna get popped. It's time for the knives to fly on in yet again, and we will see though as Bren have taken your advice, Mr. Bim. That spike is angled to B side.
And it's just the A side is like heavily stacked right now, with Cypher, 6 just taking control of those showers. But it makes sense to try and go for the B side.
Yeah, and just gonna be Ching as of the moment. Gonna be making sure that they can actually try and figure something out. Dispense though in the meantime by B long right now, and this is gonna be ultimates online here for the side of Bren Esports.
Kaja
30
here,
seconds left.
sitting over at elbow. Oh, it's a Blade Storm, V Blade Storm, but Kaja was just unprepared.
Medieval warfare between Dubstep and Kaja, and sometimes the sword just connects out of nowhere, but those knives are thrust on through, and Shideup gonna be able to get a refrag, but Ching with the ding, and with 12 seconds left, Brent is trying to go for the spike plant, but they will be losing the carrier, and they have to get one more member on that 3v2 though. Rafi gonna be going for that one, Stinger in hand, gets close enough, and that is ANBU winning it out. Beautiful run there from Team ANBU. Brent though getting closer than we would expect.
Very, very beautiful sort of eco play there from ANBU, getting a lot of value off that Stinger as well. And of course, those gun swaps. Ult economy slightly in favor of ANBU right now. Both Breaches and Brimstones have their ultimates online.
Yeah, and this is actually going to be something I want to talk about, Vim, because with ANBU with ult advantage, they have a lot of stall. Brim ult, Breach ult,
Yeah.
Raze ult.
You can also even use the Neural Theft
Yeah.
for a bit of stall right there, because
Yeah.
it just paralyzes the enemy.
And then when you look at Bren Esports, sure, they can go for the stall as well, but they have the tough task of putting that
All
spike.
bidding aside.
Yeah, and they're making sure that it's gonna be them going for the stall rather than them trying to change it up. ANBU is a team that we have seen evolve in a way that they really go for
Changed
defender's
a lot.
advantage. Yeah,
Yeah.
they understand how far back they can play, and they can really go in for the 1-2 punch out of nowhere from that spot. But here we go right now. Sphinx spotting out Dubstep at the right time. Doesn't peek into the deep corner. And Tony Banks can get on the board as well. Ching though does get one. There we go with Neural Theft right now getting the intel. And Bren Esports looking to plant this down by the APC. Orbital Strike though gonna be looking to get another one. But Borkum with the fault line. Bren Esports right now looking for the crossfire. Jesse Bash though with 2 HP. Still gonna survive. And 3v3 right now. ANBU gonna be in the middle of the site, trying to go for the brawl.
I think that's what exactly you were talking about earlier. It was on Bren to open up a side, had to use those ultimates to execute. But Ching and Borkum, now a 2v2, it's the big burly men.
Yes, they look exactly the same. They're the exact same guy, but right now it is going to be the exact same composition that wins it out. ANBU going to be able to take the 3-round lead. And we're seeing shades of the last game, but we're seeing a different kind of name up on top.
Here we go, 7-10. And it seems that ult economy is going to be on the side of Bren. Looks like we should be able to see Jesse Vash get an early pick using that drone and Hunter's Fury combo.
Yeah, and just hey, it's one way to go about things, but right now Bren Esports yet again gonna be forced to play the eco. It's gonna be a little difficult for them because instead of a 7-10 might be a 7-11 there if ANBU can make it happen. And Kaja with the operator already trying to go for a quick little scope in, but doesn't actually know where his opponent is, and does try to go for the flick all the way to the brim, but it's not gonna track in time.
Now that they know that Kaja is on that operator confirmed, I wouldn't be surprised if that Hunter's Fury be used to isolate him, but gets Tony Banks instead.
Yeah, Shido gonna be able to get that kill. Kaja though in the meantime still holding strong, but Ching again gonna get
Oh my
those dings.
God.
And ding-a-ling-a-ling, Dinner Bell is here. Ching the God showing us how it's done. A while ago we thought a taste already here on the same site, and right now we see the impact. And ANBU says, "I respect that. We're backing."
All right. You got me with the sheriff. I had a 5,000 credit gun, and you got me with something worth 800 creds. We're backing out.
You can take that. You deserve that.
deserve it.
It's really a show of force right there. And Ching holding on to the operator itself is just one way to really visualize what happened there. Beautiful shots from the sheriff, and ANBU unable to really stem the tide. Seems like though they weren't able to use the utility that they wanted at the right time. Bren overrunning them, and this time this is gonna be B side taken in the same way they tried to. But oh, they're going for the TP play. And Ching, he has his operator. Bren Esports now coming in as a team. And that is going to be a good win here for Bren. But will ANBU peak? It seems like it's not the case. Oh, the Cypher might try it. No, 6 is just waiting.
Yeah, it's just going to get that tripwire over there. But that was really good anticipation from Borkham and Co. Just using that tremor early on onto Hookah, just anticipating Kaja to do that pre-fire op angle there. It's very, very scary. When an operator from Hookah does that, but it's very quick to shut down once you get a pulse.
You know what else quick?
Yep.
When you have a sheriff in hand and you get the one tap.
Oh yeah.
It is
So
beautiful.
satisfying.
That was just Ching showing us how it's done. ANBU though, still with a 2-round advantage, and right now they just need to make sure that they can play in a way they're comfortable and they can play it out for time.
I like that smoke over there at Long B. There's a bit of a pixel peak for the operator on Long.
Oh, you saw that by the smokes, right? It's
Yeah.
really, really interesting, and they just know exactly what kind of angle they can take with an op in hand. But right now, it's going to be ANBU trying to still hold and doing really well at it. Kaja using the Guardian there says, hey, you stole my operator. Might as well use the Guardian and go for the same kind of one-tap gameplay as well. But Dubstep is a force to be reckoned with a gun like this. All he needs to do right now, though, is make sure that there is no smoke in his way.
Yeah, he has no choice here but to wait for that smoke to dissipate to try and open up the side with a pick right there. And he does. Kaja goes down.
Beautiful sniper shot from Mr. Dubstep, and he's holding on, trying to make sure that this container will be held on out. But seems like, though, we see the aftershock. We see a little bit of the damage trying to be done. But Bren Esports is playing it slow, playing it steady, and looking for a pick-off before they go.
30 seconds
And
left.
again, that 4v3 situation with man advantage favoring ANBU. All they have to do is really sit back at this point and wait for them to run across.
Yeah, these guys have been chilling. It's like they just really popped a sesh of Netflix and just waited things out. Bren Esports right now, even though they get the trade, they are losing out in time. And this is what ANBU has gotten over every
10
other
seconds
team.
left.
They know exactly how to do this. They know exactly how to play it out for time. They know exactly how to be passive but also ready to react. And in the end, this is not going to be any kind of slot tactics. It is going to be them just being the way of the samurai, all about patience. And Ching, unable to secure that kill. Tony Banks, though, will get the frag instead.
He was like, what was Tony Banks doing right there? He was jumping all over the place. But again, that's what ANBU really needs to do. And they keep getting shut down when they try to go for those aggressive plays, especially on Hookah, right? So I think you should just keep doing that, stay in the backside or perhaps somewhere over at CT and just play out, drain out the clock.
I mean, the thing that's been working here for ANBU has to be their back of a site gameplay. It's always been them really on back, playing by their side and making sure that, hey, you stay on your side, we'll stay on ours. We cool? We cool. If you cross this line, we not cool. And that's how sumo wrestling basically got invented, Mr. Vim. That is the story right there.
Today I learned.
Yes, that is that. You can ask ANBU and Bren about it maybe after this game. But right now,
Perhaps.
Bren is by the lamps. Dubstep again trying to take control of those doorways. We got Rafi though looking to hold as much as possible. And Budo in the meantime, still at least with all 5 members, and no one is too eager to go for a kill here.
We very rarely see an agent like 6 just anchoring one area that throughout this entire game. And we've already been here for about 19 rounds. He's still right there in that same angle over there at Showers. So.
That's his corner. That's his spot. But Dispenser will say, hey, enough is enough and get out of there. But Dispenser going to get 2F. Rafi gets a trade on to Ching. As is the moment, though, Bren Esports finally getting the advantage that they need. And they can actually go for a plant here on A site. Seems like, though, this works a lot better for them. Orbital Strike, though, gonna be really committed there by Team ANBU. Doesn't get anyone, but this gives some space and
30
time for
seconds
Bren.
left.
And oh, Dubstep. He feels that someone's gonna be pushing. Oh, ANBU also having the same idea, but Kaja right now catching out Borkup, catching out Jesse Bash. 3v2. Shydub gets that kill, but Dubstep gonna get stunned at the right time. And ANBU now gonna be on match point. A little bit of skill, a little bit of timing, and a whole lot of pain for Bren Esports there as ANBU gonna be able to be on match points.
Of course, as the observers, you have that luxury of seeing those silhouettes. And, of course, even though Dubstep just lining up that crosshair through the smoke, you know, obviously he can't see that. So, like, it's just Kaja being aware of someone there in lamps and just playing around that, securing those kills and preventing the plant. And, of course, buying time for 20 banks to come from CT spawn to just take out Dubstep right there. It was just incredible timing.
Both sides doing the one incredible thing to take a spot or at least get the zone on Shower there for Bren, and then ANBU by the lamp. Shadow though with a push. And right now Bren Esports, they're trying to go for Shower control because they knew that Dubstep only had a Sheriff and they knew they needed that orb for the Blade Storm itself. So Bren Esports now going to be down a man in a penultimate spot. And right now ANBU is just in heavy control of this round.
Yep, 5v4 now. Although Bren does have an orbital strike, 6 will be displaced from Showers.
Yeah, but yeah.
Buy them a bit of space there.
You know, ANBU is proving to us, though, that this is why they picked Bind. And we say that Bren is a great team on Bind. This is one of the first maps they ever played in practice. ANBU just being really one of the originators, one of the pioneers, especially with the Brimstone play. Rafi, though, is going to be writing his own chapter in his book. He has gotten 3. Showstopper on the inside. Doesn't get enough of damage, though. The AoE isn't there. But still, Bren is stuck on the inside.
Yeah, there not much can be done if Chink peeks off that corner.
Quad feed though for Rafi. He is just showing up. And a while ago, he had a slow start on that raise. Didn't even peek the corners that he should have. But right now, he is just getting every single angle and
Speaking
the ace
of.
to wrap it up. Team ANBU equalizes the scoreline, equalizes the series, and Bren will be forced to play a map number 3 here as ANBU takes that one 13-8. I do believe that was the same score from last time.
Yeah, this is sort of a mirror scoreline. And again, everyone performing very, very well. Taking a look at the scoreboard here, you know, everyone has had a very good combat score in general. Very close match despite 5-point advantage for Team ANBU.
Yeah, Rafi though with the, well, basically the play of that round, he got an ace. And again, ANBU showing us the synergy between their Breach and their Duelist, because look at how well-timed that flashpoint is. The peak comes, and it's not Rafi getting blinded, it's just Jesse Vash. And blink, and you miss it. It's not even blink or not, it's just die. You just die right there. Well played indeed for Team ANBU, showing us how it's done there on Bind. And I gotta say, a really, really good momentum change for them. This time we saw ANBU do what all they needed to do on both sides.
Yeah, they were definitely in their element, as we've seen there. Very decisive victory against a very powerful team such as Bren. And now, of course, this is a best-of-3 series, and the score is 1-1, so we're going to split into the next game, Mr. Daks.
Oh, another map being jet dropped though. Bren Esports trying to make sure that they can still keep their momentum, still keep their streak intact. But I gotta say, though, for Team ANBU, they have shown us 2 different things. They've figured out a defense that really works for them. The real back, stay at the back and make sure that we play for time. And then on the attack, here on Bind, it's perfect. They already know how to do it from the get-go. And when they get those 2 parts together, it becomes one full circle, and it really feels like every single non-existent side is theirs for the taking. Really well played by ANBU. Bren, in the meantime, they're not really respecting some of the agent picks, and we see them holding Hookah against Raze and Breach. You already know
that
that's
was a bit punishing.
Yeah.
In quite a few rounds.
It's a recipe for disaster, and that is something someone's gonna tell you that it's raw. It's absolutely raw, and you should just throw it out into the gutter. You don't care. But it really feels like that here for Bren, they still have that same momentum they have from Haven. It's a round that they lost because of decisions that they chose that didn't really work out. It wasn't because ANBU was absolutely dominant into it. It was ANBU becoming a punisher. And in the end, it is ANBU's map pick there that they win. So it should be expected in a way. Really well played though for ANBU. I gotta say, having this defense that they figured out for themselves has been such a game changer for the team.
Yeah, and they've become way more consistent in their tournament performances overall. Of course, with Rafi on the team as well, as you mentioned.
Like, look at, did you see the roster, right? You saw this roster change basically roles from map 1 to map number 2. And I gotta say, Rafi being added to this team has been such a godsend for them because they can rotate every single team member they have accordingly, like we see from Bren as well. He is just the linchpin right now of the team. He is the part that has been always missing. He's the missing piece. Did you ever read that book? It was the missing piece. So there's like a circle, and he loses a pizza slice.
Okay.
And he becomes Pac-Man. So the whole book is a picture book, and he's just looking for his missing piece.
Okay.
But in the end,
It's the missing piece.
The
is
missing
a pizza?
piece. No, the missing piece is like a pizza slice, and it's a circle.
Oh, okay.
The ending though is, even if you're missing a piece, it's okay. You can be good. It's fine. And you can let it go if you love it. You can let it go. So the moral of the story doesn't really matter right now. But that full circle at the start, that's what ANBU is right now. They are found that missing piece.
A very good,
Yes,
a very good
yes.
story.
I gave you a story. We've been telling stories all day, and I actually, guys, I have the perfect Vyminal face for that.
Oh my God!
Where is that?
Why do you have to show that?
No, it's part
Okay,
of
okay,
it's
fine,
part of
okay,
the
fine,
broadcast.
okay.
So while I'm looking for it, what's our next map, Vim?
Our next map is Split.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's actually gonna be earth-shattering right there, because I'm fully expecting all of that. And you're already doing it. I don't even need to show it. Oh,
You don't even need to show it
you
because our prod team's gonna be trolling us, zooming into our faces.
Oh,
Right-
yeah. Oh, they
oh,
are.
right on cue.
Can you actually move it to Vim's face? Can you actually put it on Vim's
I'm gonna
face?
smile and do a picture.
Okay,
pose.
guys. So if you need a Vyminal emote for anything, you already know where to put it. Just put it down there. Let Vyminal be your entertainment here. But these two teams have been absolutely entertaining. ANBU has shown us that their newest identity is absolutely amazing. Bren Esports is Bren Esports, and overall, it has been absolutely solid to say the least.
It feels like ANBU has found their form, has found their stance, their secret sauce, and that's my face.
Vyminal.
I can just recreate it.
Go ahead. It's not as this is better. Like, not gonna lie, you're trying, but
it's not natural.
the
Not
thing is,
natural.
you're full of life today, Mr. Vim. So
I feel great.
I feel great.
I'm
I can feel it too from you. So
feel
I don't think you can do this face right
I'm
now.
probably not.
So it's okay. I'll keep that for me. I'll make it a wallpaper maybe for later.
I need some new emotes.
Actually, this is a perfect emote, so maybe someone can make a high-res version of it, and you are good to know. But you know what has been pretty much high resolution, or basically high impact, has been our sponsors. Big shout-outs to them into that one. So thank you to Globe at Home, Lenovo Legion Philippines, and Intel, as well as XSplit for basically giving us an amazing prize pool and giving us amazing giveaways for all of you. So again, this series is taking a lot away from our players. So we will be right back. And when we return, it's time for the decider. Game number 3, we are going all the way, and we are going to be going to Split. We'll be right back, guys, for the first semifinal here in the KDR series, the main qualifiers.
Revealing area.
2020. Grabe, kung iisipin ko, there's so many more things that we can do with 5G. In so many industries, like automotive industry, you have self-driving cars, we always talk about that. And logistics, you got drones flying all over, delivering packages. Sobrang galing na, no, Janina? She is no longer with us. 1G started back in the 80s, and back then you could only do analog voice calls. 4G is like you're on a two-lane highway, you're in your sedan, driving along with other cars. But 5G, you're in a 10-lane highway in your sports car. Parang kasama ka sa crowd, no? Without physically going to the store.
Ooh! Self-driving cars? I wouldn't need to get my license anymore.
A drone could actually deliver a package straight to you.
Parang gusto ko na mag-fast forward into the future.
I will swear to mo because the future is closer than ever.
Practice that a lot, no?
So welcome back, guys, to the KDR Tournament Series, the main qualifiers, game number 3 in this first semifinal. Who'd think we'd make it this far, Mr. Vim? And Bren Esports and ANBU Elite Gaming, these two teams down to the wire immediately from the get-go. First game, already very spicy, and big shoutouts though to our sponsors first and foremost. Globe at Home. With Globe at Home, you can recreate the world right at home. Level up your gaming experience at home with Globe at Home's only plan, $28.99 with speeds up to 100 Mbps. Then visit shop.globe.com.ph or the Globe store near you.
The official PC partner for KDR Tournament Series is Legion Philippines and Intel. Stylish outside, savage inside. Join the Legion Philippines community on Facebook to get the latest product updates and tips on how to maximize your Legion device. Don't forget to follow the official Legion Philippines Facebook page on of Lenovo Legion PH, as well as on Instagram.
Yes, sir. And don't forget, guys, we are powered by XSplit. Check out the XSplit VCam. It lets you remove, replace, and blur background without green screen. Download and try out the free version now. And hey, that's a pretty interesting add real voice you got. It's like it's even lower than usual, Mr. Vim.
I don't know. It's one of those days when you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and then you end up with actually having a lower voice than usual.
Yeah, Mr. Gruff.
I don't know. It's hard to explain, and I'm not trying to do it on purpose.
No, I mean, I would never know, Vim. You listen to you listen to me.
I
think
have no
we're
idea.
we're going two different directions right there, good sir. But hey, at the very least, we are on the same page that we know that this series is absolutely
It's
amazing.
hot. It's
1-1 right now. And you know what else is hot? We have these giveaways going on. Don't forget, guys, to like and share the stream on Facebook and use the hashtags that you can see in the description. All 6 of them to be eligible from gifts from Globe at home, from Legion Philippines and Intel, as well as XSplit. But
Yes,
right now,
sir.
it's time for Split. And the thing about Split is we've seen Bren Esports and ANBU do some interesting compositions on a map like this.
And of course, Ching the God on that Omen once more. Wouldn't be surprised if Dispenser will be on that Sentinel. Killjoy being brought out here by Dispenser. Jesse Vash on that classic Sage. Let's go.
We back. So we are going to
Yeah.
be seeing it. Double Sentinel here from Bren Esports. Dubstep on the Raze and Borkum on the Breach. So Bren Esports actually not playing the Jet this time. You're going to be going for
Yep.
Dubsteps on the Raze. It's all about the defense here. And ANBU going a completely different route because it's double duelist right now, gearing up for the attack. We got Tony Banks on that Breach. 6-2D will be playing the Omen. And Rafi on the Killjoy. We are seeing
Okay.
some Killjoy versus Killjoy gameplay here and now, ladies and gentlemen. And I cannot wait for everyone to die in the 2 turrets just try to shoot each other.
But yeah, here's the thing. Breach is basically a must pick at the Split at the highest levels of play at this point in time.
And they gotta give a shout outs though quickly to our music prod. This has been amazing beats so far
Oh, yeah.
in the background as we are gonna be getting into Split. Big shout outs to Saucepect with a $sign there. We've been sharing that Spotify link for quite a while as well. But you know, Bren versus ANBU going into Split. Gonna be interesting because we see the Sage yet again for Bash. It's all about trying to get for those reses, trying to go for as much mid
Yeah.
control as possible, or at least tower control. With the third gameplay, though, it's gonna be interesting between Dispenser and Rafi because basically Bren and ANBU are gonna be zoning one spot out each from each other.
Absolutely. And when you're going to be playing Killjoy on Split, there's just a few set locations wherein you place your traps and as well as those turrets. So there's not much, I think, room for creativity in terms of Split when you're playing Killjoy. But we'll see if they can pull something very creative at this point in time.
Yeah, and here we go, guys. It's time to see what this is gonna be all about. Game number 3, all about the decider here. It's ANBU though on the defense first. Bren Esports in the meantime on the attack. This is pretty interesting because Bren right now is playing a more defense favored comp. Gotta say ANBU is playing a more attack favored comp. And now since they're on both sides,
Right.
well, they aren't supposed to be, then they do have to figure it out along the way how to make these work. But ANBU and Bren, it is do or die time really. Whoever wins this will move on to the grand finals and really fight for basically the biggest slice of the 50K of the 225,000 we are offering here in the KDR series, as well as giving you that group stage invite. In the meantime, well, loser going to be playing for that 3rd place prize or that 4th place prize if ever against the loser of the next semifinal, but no group stage invite for them, good sir. It is going to be up to them to go to wildcards instead. But Kaja right now looking pretty wild with a kill onto Vash. Borkum Dispenser going to be able to get 2 in response, and Bren Esports already opening up A sides.
I mean, you can see how passive ANBU is playing right now. They're playing very, very reactively, waiting for Bren to commit right here. As early as the pistol round, they're giving a lot of respect already. Tony Back's taking down Dubstep. I was surprised that Kaja wasn't able to dash away in time.
Okay, just unable to make the distance happen, but ANBU is down a man. Bren Esports in the meantime putting that spike down, and maybe they can stall enough for the Killjoy to get all the utility back and more. Still though, Tony Banks, flashpoint in hand. Last flash, not gonna happen. Dispenser though with a tap from above, and Bren Esports lines it up to get that takedown. Beautiful high ground take there from Bren.
It looks like they've adjusted something in their pistol plays, and despite having slow starts in the past 2 matches, it looks like they're off to a good one right here, despite being on the attack phase in a map like Split.
You know, I gotta say though, for Bren Esports, this is a map that really suits them because they found a composition that works really, really well for them here. And now this Sage Killjoy kind of comp allows them to really navigate through the map in a way that they can suddenly be on the defense no matter what, suddenly get that tower, and Bren Esports able to get that 1 point. And Budo in the meantime has proven their defensive nature as a team has been panning out for them, and the first experience we got of that was on this map split.
Looks like ANBU is anticipating a heavy stack towards mid right here.
And they are anticipating with the shorty though, by the
yeah.
box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Kaja though gonna get taken down before he can actually pop out of that one. And Shidup playing by the mail, but who's got mail? It's Borkum bringing in the delivery onto Shidup, and that's one package you cannot return because it is gonna be recipient unavailable. Ching though in the meantime throwing out those smokes. Bren Esports right now setting up on B side, but ANBU still has the high ground here.
Looks like Jesse Vash on that Spectre will be dueling it out with Rafi on that Classic. But that was a really good crossfire setup over there at Mail and mid lane as Dispenser takes down Rafi.
Yeah, Borkum though. Ooh, gonna get the spot onto
Oh,
6 with the turret.
It's the turret. It's annoying.
So,
it's annoying. in
I
the
got a
first
question for
couple
you,
of these
Vim.
rounds, yeah.
I got a question for you. Do you think if a turret sees you and someone peeks you, is it a double peek?
No.
No?
No.
No? Why?
I don't know.
You don't count the turret as a guy?
No.
Okay.
It has no soul.
Oh,
Therefore,
therefore.
it's not a double peak. It's
Okay,
still
so guys, if you know, if we ever reach to the 22nd century or something like that, and Vyminal is still alive, he will not be campaigning for any robot rights. Yeah,
That's old, bro. Oh my god.
some Blade Runner stuff right here, but right now it's Bren Esports running away with a 2-0 lead. Really good start for them, and in a case like this, it is going to be Bren, of course, going to be trying to get a bit of mid control, trying to see what ANBU's doing, and ANBU, as characteristic as they are, they say you can have the tower, you can actually have the heavens, and you can just do whatever you want with mid because we're holding on to the site really well.
Oh, almost getting a pick right there on 6, but gets taken out by Ching with the Spectre.
Oh yeah, and 6 a while ago into yesterday's matches, he was very dominant there by the Rams, but this time he does get caught out, and Bren even walling off B Heaven here as they want to go to A instead.
Yeah, we've seen Jesse Vash do that quite a bit over here on Split. And typically, you know, we see a lot of teams on offense favor a mid to B play, but looks like Bren is leaning towards the A side more often here than not.
Oh, look at this though. Looking to be a bit of a fake, but Dubstep gonna get caught out by Rafi instead. And there's basically Bren right now is trying to tell them we're going mid to A.
Yeah.
But joke's on
With that
you.
wall.
We're going to B instead. And
30
ANBU
Mind
right
games.
now. The mind games are real. And ANBU, they do have such good control of the sites from what we've seen against CTNX. This time though, they do have to figure out the conundrum that is Bren Esports, but only so little time, Bren has to force things out. Borkum already going on down to the hand of Rafi. Good hold here by the Killjoy so far. Now this farm is into play. Ching though does get the kill. Jesse Bash just going on through. Dispenser gets a backstab on, and where's the spike gonna get planted on? Down Bash even catches out Kaja, and the mind games are working here for Bren. It is gonna be the turret though, going for a quick little
gosh.
shot. 3v1 out of nowhere.
What a beautiful execution from Bren right here. Tony Banks 1v3 situation. I mean, honestly, at this point, I would just save the Phantom and wouldn't even try to go for it.
That was really clutch, though. They just pushed on through the Rafi. They didn't even care that the Nano Swarm was into play. They just decided to go for it, and Ching right now does get 3, and that really separates Brent from the wheat from the chaff. It really feels like that this is a team when everything is all down to the last kind of map. They really bring their A game. They really make sure that they can go for the fight, and as we say, clutch it out for anyone there.
Yeah, I mean, that barrier orb play from Jesse Bash over there, blocking off the stairs to B, really indicates that the rest of the team is going for sort of Vent's A execution. But when you do the opposite of that, then it just really messes with the defense's team's head.
Yeah, the first rotation from ANBU is always clean. The second one, it kind of gets a little spotty from time to time. And for now, Bren able to just mind game their opponent, out psychoanalyze, and right now Dispenser makes it simple. You're in front of me, I will kill you, I will get that takedown. But Rafi though, always a force of nature there with the Stinger. He has 5 HP, but he's still alive.
Again, very devastating weapon in close quarters. Dubstep on the lurk right now over here at Vents. Will not be able to find anyone though, as Bren is heavy stacked over there at a lobby. 6 might get a kill though.
Oh, it seems like this is going to be one lobby that you cannot stay on. You are just loitering there, good omen, and you are going to be going on down. Bren Esports right now going to be planting the spike immediately on to a site, and a really good take from them. They make it sure that they use their rotations here to force out a defensive state for them as Dubstep gets rid of Shido, and it gets even easier for Bren in the post plant.
Yeah, I love that Barrier or play covering up Heaven as well. If you do that horizontal wall, like in front of blue, it blocks off vision from Heaven and keeps you safe from elbow as well. Dubstep taking down Rafi.
I gotta say though that Bren Esports, it seems like they have done their homework, but as of the moment, Tony Banks is on the corner. Can he actually hide here at the right time? Can he actually look for anyone? One is going up the ropes, and that's gonna be Dubstep going on down. Time to go for the exit frags, time to get the hell out of there. And Tony Banks saying it's time to go shopping because Bren Esports is gonna blow up a site. Oh, Dispenser. Too late on the rotate, but hey, Bren with the 4-0 lead. But I gotta say, Vim, it seems like this Bren Esports team has done their homework because they're really studied how ANBU has played Split, and it really feels like they're exploiting the habit ANBU has of leaving 1 or 2 members only on A alone. And right now, if 6 can't get those kills that he is known to do on ramps, then it's gonna be easy for Bren to basically make a defensive state for them.
Right. And here's the thing. I've said this in the past, but I really think that Split is looking to be one of Bren's strongest maps so far. Like, I don't think we've ever seen them struggle, like in Split.
I remember one instance.
There's just one instance,
yeah,
but
when Breach was still trying something they were trying to figure out. But yeah, I really agree. I did want to hold this point off till maybe a little later of the game. Well,
yeah,
we'll see.
But sure.
But yeah. I want to build on that a little later. We'll see though how the score is gonna go if ANBU can go for the comeback, because as we've seen, that Bren Esports is really adding Split basically to their career choices, to something that like this is a highlight on our resume. Please notice this. Underlines abound, even with a highlight right there. But right now it is gonna be the lockdown in the plate. Turreto gonna get the spot quickly, and this is just gonna be really hard for Bren to actually find a target with the showstopper. And this just might be Dubstep saying, might as well toss it down, but he still catches out Tony Banks in the corner. Pretty lucky there from Bren. Spike can get planted, 5v4 as of the moment.
Pretty standard execution thus far. Rafi taking out Dispenser though, but is able to pop off that ultimate.
Oh my god, though. Kaja popping the head of Dubstep there, and look at how ANBU is defending this lockdown. But sneaky peeky Borkum, even though he's been leered, he still gets the kill on the Shido. Here comes the clear, here comes the aftershock, trying to get damage there, but no one's gonna get detained. Beautiful smoke though, gonna be into play. Kaja though with the operator, 6 gonna be going on down. Borkum and Ching also on the board. The backstab is there, but Borkum doesn't get the shots this time. And right now, it's time for the spike to maybe get defused. They're looking for the fake, they're looking for the brawl, but Borkum will get that kill. But I do believe that's enough time bought by ANBU to maybe, oh, never mind, a second too late. I honestly thought that was going to be like the Jets saying, bro, you might kill me, but you're going down with me. But Borkum, he whiffs the first one, but he clutches out on the second, and Bren right now in command.
It's just Borkum always finds himself in the right position, in the right spot. Just, I'm trying to like wrap my head around the sort of game sense required in order to do that. It's such a high level play. It's just he's always finding himself in the right spots.
Yeah, I gotta say that it really feels like for Borkum, he got a beautiful flank there onto Heaven and really surprised every single person in the first place. 6 though in the meantime, trying to play that long con with the smoke that drops down. But Borkum's just like, okay, this is gonna take way too long. I'm just gonna kill you there and then. And Kaja though with the operator in hand. Here for Team ANBU, it hasn't been the best start for them, and Kaja has been one at least pillar that's been helping them out get back into a side up though, also getting some tempo, and ANBU right now finally getting the advantage in the round.
Yeah, especially in a map like you're expected to pull ahead on defense. ANBU sitting, 0 to 5. Borkum once again finds himself in the right position.
Yeah, right place, right time yet again. Borkum is the master of control, and he is going to be looking to, at the very least, control middle here and now. And though in the meantime, since they're playing that further defense, they're all going to be on their side, but they still have the man advantage. And right now, Rafi is going to be making the stinger count. Unfortunately, Dispenser will get the shot
A little
quicker
bit of deja
instead.
vu there.
Yes, it really could have been a situation there, but hey, it isn't going to be panning out for ANBU in the first place. Bren now Spike going to get planted onto B, and here we go again. It's up to Kaj to make this op count.
I mean, here we go here we see Kaja just putting in a lot of work so far, but not, I think, not just yet putting enough impact with that operator. But we'll see if he can make some plays with it, or perhaps go for the save.
Yeah, look at Bren's post-plant situation. They respect the operator. They make sure that they are in corners that they can actually contest the op in the first place and try to get the headshot out of nowhere. A while ago, though, Spencer showing us a little bit of that game knowledge. He was kind of like a step or two away from the maximum AOE of the Paranoia. And it really goes to show that these guys are so big brain in this game.
It's just they're on a completely different level, and this is what you expect to see in like a pro-level gameplay.
Yeah, but Bren Esports 6-0 right now. They have solved the conundrum of ANBU's style. And right now, ANBU needs to put in a little bit more of work here on A side. Six is not having the best game of his life here. And as of the moment, if this A site is free for the taking, this is basically Bren given the option to go for A, but also go for B because of the whole pressure being on A side. So here we go again. Rolling Thunder right now, and the Empress gonna be ready here for Team ANBU. Gotta say though, Kaja has been impressing me, especially in this game. Maybe one more operator shot can give him the shining star that he needs.
And he gets those first bloods, those opening shots, but the rest of his team not being able to capitalize on that dubstep though. Take 6.
He's just so red right now. The Omen is just getting played. And Bren Esports, they're basically saying that we can still play together no matter what you throw out. And Six is looking for the 1v1, or maybe even the 1 versus blind. But he has to deal with how many? 2, 3 members that still can see instead. So for Bren right now, time to go for the plant. 4v4 as of the moment. Well, the setup though really blocking the sightlines of Kaja. It's going to be so difficult here for the side of ANBU. But the Empress might be the game changer. It's time to go for the push. It's time to go for the highlights. And right now, Shydart just sees everything coming. Dubstep though with a backstab. There we go with the Rolling Thunder. Brent's still alive. And this is just Dubstep at the right place at the right time. Tony Banks going to go down. A quad feed there from Dubstep. And he is just the man who cannot be moved. And he is also the man who cannot be seen.
Just Dubstep stepping it up right there with that quad feed. It's just that there was a glimmer of hope already. Shy Dope with that big flank, securing a multi-kill, but unable to close out the round. Again, there are quite a few power positions there over at A side. One of them is elbow, and one of them is right beside the flower box. I mean, we had the conversation with, like, what do you call the flower box? It's the flower box, and then right beside it, right under Hell. I mean, right by Hell, but not exactly underneath rafters. It's just right beside the flower box. That's a very powerful position that, left unchecked, you can basically protect the site with impunity.
Hey, as we do get a pause, though, you think about it. If you want to get better players, maybe you can plant a dispenser tree, and you get some dispenser seeds, and you get more dispensers in your life. So can't go wrong with that. I'd say a team of dispensers would be pretty solid.
Like
you have
5 dispensers.
5 dispensers, so you
5
have
Jesse Vashes, 5 Borkins.
yeah, I'd say though. But like if you think about dispenser, Sentinel and Duelist Agent Pool, so you can make a pretty strong triple Duelist, double Sentinel comp. The only problem is you won't have smokes, but maybe you can make Jet be the controller there. Not a bad idea. I would say maybe dispensers.
7-second smoke. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I like it. I'd say Vash would be a really good pick also, because he likes to learn a lot of agents. I remember in a previous tournament, he insta-locked Silva on this map because he was busy watching YouTube videos, and he was like, I'll just make it work, whatever. It is what it is.
I'll learn on the fly. But in terms of ANBU's playstyle here, I think they're really struggling. Like it really depends on how the opponent plays the offense, like how aggressive they are, how explosive they are. They're kind of getting punished for their passive reactive playstyle. And I think at this point they have to give a little less respect to Bren to try and mount a comeback here for ANBU. It's still definitely doable. It's 0-7. They can still get a 5 on the board.
Yeah, you can see there, it's literally what you were talking about in action, because we see Kaja trying to go for the push, and he just hesitates, he backs off, and he just gets taken down regardless. Gun advantage here for Bren. It's an eco right now for ANBU that just falls apart, and now it's 4-1. ANBU though, Rafi trying to maybe make it there. He's all the way from the tower, and I thought you were going to build on saying ANBU, which of these members would be the best plant to have. I'd say Rafi though.
I mean, it was a weird train of thought.
Yeah, I know. No, I would say Rafi because he's like the Spencer. duelist as
Right.
well as sentinel agent pool. He's shown us a lot of flexibility as well.
True.
And as we said, he's been the linchpin to allow ANBU to be flexible as a full team.
Yeah.
But Rafi gonna be at least getting a kill and getting a gun, putting that turret, waiting for someone, but Dubstep is there, just creeping on by the ropes, and he's just like, hey, you want to see something magical? that.
It's more of that thing from the movie It.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Hey kid,
Anyway.
hey kid,
Hey kid.
hey kid.
I'm over here by the
Yeah.
sewers.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
here we go. This is nighttime for somewhat of a momentum shift happen here. Perhaps a bit of a play from 6. Look at him, 0-7 at this time. He used to be such a dominant force in the past 2 matches, right?
Yes.
And this is the first time we were seeing him completely shut down like this. And it's actually quite fascinating how this happened.
He's been so shut down that ANBU has to swap things over because Bren right now has shown that they've studied Six's game on this map, and every single time he goes for the paranoia play, or at least tries to even go for the ramps hold, it just doesn't work for him. He just doesn't get the angle that he needs that we have seen very, very successful for Team ANBU so far. But looks like the swap is working for them. 4v3 right now. Bren Esports going to go for the push, and Borkum with a flashpoint. Gotta say though, this has to be one of the best maps here for the breach with how close
yeah.
these corners are.
I have to agree, but Tony Banks on the breach himself, and just so great at the, peeking around corners, just clearing everything, and giving you the leeway in order to get a shot off.
Ching.
You hate to see
Ching.
it. You hate to see it.
No, the turret is gonna be the warning sign to your destruction, and Kaja gonna make it happen. Operator shot gets that kill, and ANBU realizing what to do at the right time. They go for the swap. If they are being read like a book, it's time to see what to do. If we have someone underperforming, it's time to put someone else on that spot.
Yep.
And much love to Six because he has been absolutely amazing for the past 2 maps. But right now, every single ANBU kill that needs to happen is happening on A site, and this swap is doing such a good job for them.
And here we go. Let's see if they can. They will maintain that sort of swap, or they're gonna go for a more default stance. I'm pretty sure Bren will go for sort of mid control here. Might go for a mid to B play, as they have abused that A execute time and time again.
It's been so abused, battered, and broken. It really feels like it's gonna be a towel that you need to throw out. There's no way to really laundry it anymore. It is just gonna have that weird old kind of cloth smell. And
I
there's
like that old cloth
yeah,
smell.
I've said it in a previous cast. I love shirts that are like completely broken. All like I think it's a guy
Same,
thing.
same,
It feels
dude.
like it's such a guy thing because when I
comfy.
ask any woman about it, it's like they really don't agree with it, and I don't know why that's the thing. But hey, it is what it is. Lockdowns though, gonna be making a Venn diagram here, trying to make sure that maybe we'll
diagram,
see
let's go.
any kind of setup. No lockdown here though for the side of Bren. Will ANBU get anyone detained? Seems like it is not going to be the case. So both sides stalling for time. Rolling Thunder, though, going to be another one. And that's going to be big here from Team ANBU. But Jesse Bash is not going to be affected whatsoever. The Earth is not going to quake for him. The Earth quakes to him. And right now, with the Resurrection in hand, he even cheats that out of the equation.
Look at that. The line of sight. That line is just right there. Rafi, though, taking out Jesse Bash. I was going to say it was going to be the Sage difference, just putting salt on the wound, reviving one of the downed members of Bren's squad. But now 3v3 though.
Yes, sir. It's all equal, but never mind. It's going to be a flurry of kills. 2v1 out of nowhere. Kaja has gotten 3, but Borkum will be able to trade him back. And Rafi, a while ago, surprising Jesse Vash. This time, though, it's time to save the operator for Mr. Kaja because this is going to be ANBU saying that, okay, you guys can have B side. It is what it is. We go again for the next one. At least they saved the most expensive rifle here. And you got to say, though, that here for Team Bren, this is a quicker adjustment in this last map. They just say that we can do this. They can say that we have been able to really get onto this site. And again, they're exploiting the Omen in this matchup because compared to the Breach and the Killjoy and the Raze, the Omen, it's the Omen and the Breach rather, the Breach and the Killjoy for the side of ANBU. It's the Omen who has basically the weakest CC of all of them. There's still CC with the Paranoia, but if Bren can actually hide away from the blind, then they're good to go.
Even if you do just get behind cover, even though you're blinded by the paranoia, it's only like a couple or so seconds. So it is arguably, yes, the weakest CC. Speaking of CC, a great tool for displacement is that paint shelter. Oh, very risky peek from Kaja and gets punished immediately.
And that's why you don't go vents anymore, guys. It really feels like you get smoked out, you go for the peak, and if you're going to be playing that jet, it is going to be a potential for you to smack into the wall rather inside the door. But Shide Up going to kill Jesse Flash there. And Bren now, all even up, sure, but ANBU at least getting one frag in behind.
It's like they're leaning towards what worked for them in the past. Raffi, great flank right there, catching Spencer off there.
In behind indeed, but Borkum's still gonna go for the full frontal assault, and he actually catches that Raffi there. Vault line though, gonna be perfectly lined up, and Tony Banks looking to answer back, but Bren does not want to peek whatsoever. That is gonna be a low HP state breach. But here we go, on the side, we're trying to get that spike down. Xing is gonna be on it, but Dubstep is waiting for a target, and he's gonna be running on in. Shydub though will get that kill instead, and now ANBU with the advantage.
ANBU now 3v2. They haven't had man advantage in quite a while. 6 finally getting a kill on the board.
Let's see though if it's gonna work out as Xing and Tony Banks traded up, but ANBU will survive yet again, and this is gonna be good here for Team ANBU. Another victory to try and stop the bleeding. They're also looking for the operator along the way. Gotta say though that this time that is just going to be really well played there for the defense, able to go back to A site at the right time.
Nah, here's the thing though. This is going to be the last round before the swap with a scoreline of 2-9 with Bren on the offense. And we do know that split favors the defensive team most of the time. Let's see if the damage has been done or if this can still be a sort of close match in the end for Team ANBU.
Remember what I said though at the earliest part of this match, Mr. Vim. Bren, look at that agent composition, looks good on the defense. But ANBU, look at that agent composition, looks good on the attack.
Offense.
Yeah, right? That double duel is going to be spicy. The Omen and the Breach as well for the setup, and the Killjoy for any kind of post-plant situation if need be. So I really don't know which way it's going to go, but it has to be
Too early
whoever
to call still,
can actually go for a proper spot onto the plants, onto the spots, onto the sites themselves. When you think about it, it's really trying to see who has the tempo onto their favor rather. And this is going to be Borkum right now in the middle yet again. Vent's going to get covered on up. And right now, back to their old playing field. And this is going to be a good chance here for the Breach of ANBU to get a big Rolling Thunder if need be.
Looks like here we go. Tremor is out there just trying to delay, play for time. 50 seconds left on the clock. Bren has to make a move somehow. The spike is moving towards B main.
Yeah, slower push here from the side of Team Bren this time. It really slows down to a crawl, not even them, but also our casting, because we're like, we've turned it up from a speed race to kind of like golf. But in a case like this, though, it's really just all about seeing.
It's a bit of like a stalemate.
Yeah,
right?
it's just it. And we just talk about all our talking points that this has been happening so far. So it's just time to see what is happening here and now. And right now, as we see the lines, it's going to be 6 trying to go for the kill. But yet again, he's having the worst game of his life. And Raffi right now going to be able to get 2 in response. But look at this, ANBU playing for time really well with the Rolling Thunder. Can't we see Brent even get that spike down? Xing though with a cleanup. And ANBU deciding to go onto the spots, to go to the site. And clean as a whistle, Bren will wipe them out.
Looks like Shidope had a little bit of trouble right there with that Lear. Unfortunate. But it looks like we will be swapping sides here. 2-10 in favor of Bren on the defense now. But as you said earlier, Mr. Daks, the ANBU's lineup favors the offense. Let's see if they can get some momentum back. And if they win the first couple of rounds, it is still doable for them. But if they lose one round, one or the other, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
It really feels like it. And I do think that if you look at the scoreboard yet again, if we look at the bot frags right now for both sides, it is a lot more impactful for Six to be struggling like that compared to Vash struggling like that. Because Vash, he is basically Sage. So when you're kind of newer player, you play Sage, even if you don't get those kills, you can heal people, you can res them up. So you are going to be able to have that impact.
Orbs and walls.
Yes, exactly. So he's part of the setup. But here for Six, I haven't really seen him actually go for the TP plays as much as I would like. I don't even think if I remember something as big as that. And it has hurt them because he's kind of like a stationary target that Bren has been able to go on. And if ANBU wants to be able to get some good rounds here and now, as we have seen them get the spike planted here after quick one on A side. I'd love to see the flanks from 6 yet again, because that has been his bread and butter all throughout this series. And Dispenser,
He's just having the worst
you know, it's just really, it's just icing on the cake right there. That is my point being proven.
Why you gotta do
And
that?
it's just so
Dispenser?
sad because 6 literally was looking at that angle.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
turns around just to get backstabbed. That has to hurt your psyche
Has to
right
hurt.
there. But Rafi with an out swarm. Here we go with Bren trying to go onto the side. 2v1 right now. And Bren gonna be able to take it there. And then should be enough time to get the defuse. It's gonna be a little dicey, but the defense in control again.
Yeah, defense and control, just pretty much nailing the coffin here. Instant replay powered by XSplit. But I wouldn't. It's just so hard to play an Omen against a team like Bren, because you would have to try and outsmart them, right? Try to catch them off guard in a map like Split. And I think that's a real challenge in itself. Adding to the fact that your kit is based around outsmarting your opponent.
Yeah.
You know, it's just such a tall order.
And it feels like he actually hasn't gotten his ultimate because of the number of kills he has. If you realize it, right? It's just his death, so he has to wait how many rounds, like halfway into the scoreboard just to make it happen. So it really feels like the impact right now. Sure, it can be considered the 4v4 in terms of the score, but for Bren, their 5th member, even though he's struggling, he's putting in the work that he needs to allow everyone else to put in the work to bring him up. And here for the ANBU, it's not really happening the same way.
Right. I absolutely agree with you there. As soon as you use those slow orbs, those barrier orbs, you've already part of the setup, as you mentioned. So despite not getting enough frags, as you can see here, Jesse Vash creating some space over there, buying some time over there at A side.
Yeah, Brenton is doing it again. You have Vash on top of the wall, and Vash going to be able to get the kill. He also needs to get a little bit of mojo, and at the very least, we are seeing Bren do an amazing job to make sure that they can use whatever the Sage sets up in the first place. In the meantime, here for ANBU, gotta commend again what we've seen from the Jet, from the breach as well of Tony Daks can just suddenly go for a quick little explosion, but this is going to be 6 finally getting a kill there onto Dubstep, but Bren again just cleaning up house, and this is just looking very, very difficult. Tony Daks though still staying alive, still holding on. The Stinger is just such a godsend here for Team ANBU. We've seen Rafi as well as Tony Daks use it to the best degree, as well as Kaja even. So ANBU is a Stinger believer, but right now I believe that Bren is on match point.
Yes, match point indeed. And they just got to put the nail in the coffin right now, perhaps go for the full buy to secure the round win.
I think it's time, though, to talk about what I wanted to save for the last one. I gotta say that with Bren finding such an interesting comfort pick here on Split, this has to be their best map now. It's not
Right?
Bind anymore. Like, it used to be a debate, and Bind is still their OG map in a way, but this is just creativity here from Bren.
I think for a lot of teams, you know, their OG map will always be Bind. Because if I'm not mistaken, that was pretty much statistically the highest pick map early on in the early days of Valorant.
But Brendo can be able to get to, and we can save that for some statistics later on, because this is going to be statistically Bren Esports with a big chance to get this round. They are on match point. They are going to have the guns they need for CQC. And Jesse Vash again with the wall setup. Jet, Breach, as well as Reyna, also live here for ANBU. But without any ultimates, they're not going to be able to do any game-changing kind of plays here so far.
Yeah, there's not much you can do. They're all isolated. ANBU are left to their own devices. I guess their best chance of success here is to group up through mid and try to go for just a retake, I guess.
Yeah, this is just going to be ANBU, though, looking to go for the push. Kaja again, though, with the Stinger. He's the one who started it off in this series.
Yeah,
and
Kaja on the Stinger. Yeah.
I love it because he's always gearing up for the operator. He's already blown up people with the sniper itself. But right now, ANBU needs a miracle to actually get this round and go further into this game. But Borkum going to be peeking. Kaja going down 5v2 right now. Where's the rest of
30 seconds
ANBU?
left.
They're still busy shopping for some crabs by the market. And even though they're going inside the garage, this just might be one small place that they will not come out of.
It's like Dispenser is at the ready.
One enemy remaining.
Ready, steady, and go. Shine Up goes down. One last member here, and Bren Esports is hungry to make it to the grand finals. Knife is out, and we're going to be doing the same. It's going to be chivalry right there, but Tony Banks.
Chivalry, medieval warfare.
Indeed, and you know, you got to say, honors amongst players, honors amongst these guys. But
I love
Bren Esports dominates Split, and we have gotten our first finalist in this set.
Damn, here we go. Dispenser atop that scoreboard. Actually, all three of them with 18 frags. very impressive performance. And again, as you mentioned, Jesse Vash a bit struggling in terms of frags, but his value is right there on the board.
Yeah, look at that plants. Like, we don't always talk about plants as an
10
important
seconds
thing,
left.
Right.
but he's always gearing up for the objective. And the fact that, as we see a beautiful knife there from Dispenser, he got 2 knife kills
He
this
got
game.
2 knife
He
kills
got
that
2
game.
knife kills. But the thing about Vash putting down that spike
Mm.
means that the Sage is in position to put up walls, put up slows,
Right.
go for heals, go for reses. And that's why you give the Sage as much as possible the spike in your ladder games, because that makes sure that your spike is going to be put down by the agent that will really succeed in setting up your defense for the objective.
I completely agree. And I mentioned this yesterday as well, that Sage is such a good agent for executing sites, and that barrier orb is just so great at sealing off choke points and buying time for your team. I think that's what we saw happen there.
And now I've been a believer. And Bren, are they the split gods now? Gotta say though that they have found a way to at least play Vash again on that stage. That's important because Vash has been an OG Sage player since the get-go. And if I remember from all the way back into closed beta and the opening parts of open beta, he was just so creative with those walls.
Oh, yeah.
And them being able to do it again just allows Bren to be comfortable. That's really just
Right.
it. They're comfortable with what they've been playing. They're comfortable with their roles now. It's interesting to have that Killjoy Sage comp that is working out really well for them. And I'm loving it because the creativity as well as the sublime play go hand in hand. And as I said before, homework has been done. They read how ANBU has been playing. They read that they've been relying on like a 4-1 setup to really dominate B pushes. And in the end, they exploit it. They really catch out 6 every single time. Ramps, main, no matter where he is, he just dies.
They were so good at reading the enemy like a book, as you said. It's just they identify the weakness of a team. Like, it makes so much sense. It's like black and white. You exploit the weakness of a team when you're trying to win over a site. It's easier said than done. But for Bren, they're just so experienced at picking out those weaknesses and emphasizing their strengths.
But hey, I gotta say, I got impressed by ANBU, especially on that
Definitely.
second map. And I do believe that if they just retool the split defense, they figure out how to actually reinforce 6 a lot earlier and make sure he has other rotations to work in, then it could be a lot better for them because it seems like they really relied on something that bailed them out yesterday and they didn't really adjust for it compared to what we saw on Bind, what we saw on Haven, which looked a lot more practice, which looked a lot more understood by the team.
I mean, I just have to commend ANBU because, their impressive evolution over the past couple of months here and such incredible performances. Especially 6, he did have a rough game in this previous one, but we know how well he performed the first 2 matches.
He was the series changer there for
Yeah.
the first 2 matches. Like, he was the big reason why ANBU was in it on the first one
Yeah.
and then why they won it on the second,
second
one.
one,
And,
exactly.
sometimes when you go for too much of the carry, you gotta need a massage after that one, but your shoulders are just aching, and that has to happen sometimes. So you just get a little tired, you get red, and you just get even more tired, and in the end, it really just didn't work out there for team. And we gotta say, a lot of promise yet again. They are still in the running though to go for the 3rd and 4th slot. Our 2 semifinalist losers will be fighting that one out. But unfortunately, they will not be getting that group stage invite, and it will be them having to play the wildcard qualifiers if they do want a chance at the biggest slice of our 225,000 prize pool right there. But congratulations to Bren Esports. First grand finalist, guaranteed the slot into the playoffs on 24th and the 25th, as well as fighting for the biggest slice of the 50K we are offering right now in this weekend. KDR Tournament Series, a lot of money and a lot of prizes for our players, but also for our viewers, right? Because
Indeed.
we know the giveaway going on, guys. Like and share that stream. Use the hashtags up above to join. We'll be throwing it later on into the stream, but that's our first semifinal done, Mr. Vim.
Yes,
And if you could
sir.
summarize the whole thing for me, or at least give me some thoughts before we close that one out.
It was just a masterclass of Valorant, a seesaw battle. We got a 1-1 scoreline at first, but a very decisive victory in favor of Bren, sealing up the series. But it's just incredible performances from both ANBU and Bren in general.
Yeah, I gotta say that they really put up to the test, and I told you that ANBU is a team that can really bring it against Bren, and they take a map away from Bren, they get back on that illustrious list, and really well played from them. Bigger and better things yet again for Mr. Team ANBU, as well as their redemption arc. Bren Esports, though, in the meantime, still the king of the mountaintop. But that is going to be that first semifinal there, ladies and gentlemen. And I gotta say, we still got a second semifinal. That was a long one.
That was a
Vim.
long one.
That was a long one.
It was a very, very close match.
Wonder if it's going to be the same case, though, for our second one, because you got AG Nefarious versus Blitzkrieg after this break. We'll be right back, guys. You guys are tuning on into the KDR series, the main qualifiers.